Start the stream. Start the stream in this cold room. Let me start Audacity too. Alright. Okay. We're gonna... Oh, where are my headphones at?
On your head, dog.
Huh?
On your head.
Yeah, I know. I just put them there. On account of how about that intro theme, boys? Sportscast, Longview, Washington's #1 sports-related podcast, 35 weeks running. That's right, ladies and germs. It's me, your boy, Mike Holm. With me, as always, Brady Rukala, Ayo, and Skyler. And we got a lot to go on. We have Warfare, Fantasy Football Smackdown, Skyler versus Brady 2, The Quickening. We're going to get into all that. We got some promos. We got a promo battle in our midst. We've also got the Week 10 NBA matchups, breakers, busts, upsets. We've got the highest profile trade targets in the NBA right now. We're going to determine where we think they'll go, if they'll move, who moves, who actually drafts with the pick that they have been so graciously given and tanked for. All that and a bag of chips today on Long Shots Sportscast. Gentlemen, how are we doing today?
Doing just great, man.
Doing all right.
Doing just fine. Feeling dangerous.
Feeling dangerous.
Yeah, I don't know about this guy over here, but I'm feeling dangerous.
I'm comfortable. Feeling good.
Is that so?
Sounds like I'm gonna get complacent here. Feeling too comfortable, huh?
Why do you feel comfortable?
The way things went down Thursday. Henry only scored 11.
Yeah.
That's all I
tight
need.
end doing what he's supposed to do.
Vulturing touchdowns off my running back. I ain't worried about it. Not worried about it one bit.
Brady was so pissed off about that.
You know what sucks is like Derrick Henry should have ended with like 17 points. And Jonnu Smith
should have had 2 touchdowns plus 100 something yards.
Right, Jonnu Smith should have ended with like 0 or 1.
One.
But that's why it happened. It was meant to be.
Yeah.
Because you two are feuding right now.
No, you gotta give this guy a little hope. That was meant to happen. I mean, he had to give him some glimpse of hope before Sunday comes in.
Dalvin Cook gonna just.
Dalvin Cook ain't gonna do a goddamn thing against that Chicago defense. Not a goddamn thing.
I just want to add, Justin Herbert won Rookie of the Week for the 6th time in 7 starts.
Oh, boy.
And the Rookie of the Year is going to get given to Joe Burrow.
He's the twinkle in my eye.
He's talking shit all around.
He's the only thing that keeps me.
Well, let's just be real, because when RG3 won it, it should have been Russell's.
He's the
award.
only reason why I don't
Maybe
blow
so.
out my brain. He's wonderful. Phil Rivers last night, big congratulations to him. He just passed Dan Marino for 5th all-time passing yards. So, yeah, big congrats.
Yeah, well, he's behind Manning, Brady, Breeze, and who else?
Manning, Brady, Breeze.
Who's number 4?
Let's have a look.
Shall we?
Yada dash. I typed like an idiot. Favre.
Favre,
Yeah, so and I don't Rivers won't catch Favre. Favre's got 71,838. That was the record when he retired. Phil's got 61,666. That's 3 seasons worth of production to catch Favre, so he won't catch Favre.
different caliber quarterbacks there.
But yeah, no, he so he's 5th all time now. Proud of the guy.
Yeah, good for him.
Yeah.
Not a bad career there.
No, not at all. Not at all. So let's see here. Moving on. Oh, yes. There was something else I was going to bring up here. And, Game status for the Chargers versus Dolphins, just since it's here, out Joey Bosa and Justin Jackson.
Oh, my God.
Which means Troy Maine Pope will be active and Kalen Ballage will be active as well. Questionable, Brian Balaga, of course. Troy Maine Pope, so maybe not Troy Maine Pope. And Try Turner. So I'm so fucking glad we traded for Try Turner and spent all that money on Brian Balaga. I fucking hate this team.
You guys are just goddamn gimps.
Our special teams or our strength and conditioning guy, John Lott. I actually know his name now because I hate him.
Yeah, you should know his name.
Absolutely. Spurs officially announced Fiesta Edition jerseys. Check these out. These are pretty fire, I think.
Did we?
I dig 'em.
Oh, those are cool.
They kind of harken back to the old style logo of the 90s.
Speaking of did you see the Portland skyline?
Yeah, we talked about them on the show.
Was that the last one? Okay.
It was either the last show or the week before.
Or
okay.
the Oregon one?
No, I thought we talked about the Oregon one, not the skyline one.
Is there a skyline? Hold on.
There's a new skyline one. You know Amine?
Yeah.
He collabed with the Trailblazers for this new skyline jersey. It's sick.
Okay, I have to see this then.
But the Oregon ones, those ones are probably my favorite. But these skyline ones, they're dope.
If you're an Amine fan and want a Blazers jersey that's different, he collaborated with Mitchell and Ness and created a new jersey.
It's pretty sick.
Oh, these are neat.
Those
okay.
are cool.
Yeah, they're not as cool as the Oregon.
No, the Oregon ones are definitely way better, but I dig it, man. It's kind of retro.
It's very retro.
I do like Amine though, so I keep forgetting he's from Portland.
Yeah.
Though. That's awesome.
So I think it's pretty dope, man. Like I'm definitely gonna get one of those. Definitely get one of the Oregon ones. It's on my wish list this year.
Where are you working at to be able to afford these jerseys?
There's a new Phoenix jersey out too. I wanted to bring these up because these are pretty fire. Let's see, they're called the Valley jersey.
Oh, whoa!
Those are sick.
Those are cool, dude.
Right? Like these are. I love kind of that Mesa design they've got with the blocking.
It's like that bluish up top there by the shoulders, and then it like fades down to the sunset. That's cool.
Black Suns jerseys are always
they're always
the best.
fire.
It's got kind of the same color combo as that black old school Suns jersey from the 90s.
Dude, that's sick.
I really and I like the font, man. These are really cool.
I might have to get one, man. I mean, I'm always a Blazers fan first, but
sure. But there's we make exceptions here for awesome.
Well, I have a lot of family who lives in Phoenix and all that, and I've always been a Suns fan growing up, especially the Nash days. So I might have to get one of those, man.
So here's a little rumor here, since I'm on the Suns subreddit. Suns are hoping to use number 10 to trade for Oklahoma City point guard Chris Paul.
Yep, that's the big one that I've been hearing about.
So let's talk just kind of latest NBA rumors before we get into NBA draft. And trade extravaganza. Udonis Haslem of the Heat is coming back for season 18. He'll sign a 1-year, $2.5 million contract. He's been with the team since I believe 2002 or 2003.
I don't think I've even heard that name in 10 years.
Not in
years. He's still stuck around. It's crazy. Who's texting me?
I know. I was like, what the fuck was that?
I didn't even hear it.
I didn't get paid again. Oh! My friend, friend of the show, Tyler. We collect toys.
What kind of toys? You got to clarify that real quick.
We collect WWE Elite figures.
Okay.
And since he lives he works in Clackamas. He hits all the targets in Vancouver and updates me on what's got what and this and that. So he was like, my boss didn't pay me again because he's a bum. So I won't be able to check this and this. I'm like, oh, no worries.
The fuck?
Yeah. Sometimes his boss is an asshole and doesn't put the payroll in, and then he doesn't get paid till Monday.
Is that fucking legal?
Yeah.
What the fuck?
So report there is no trade market for Cavs forward Kevin Love.
No,
quote,
there shouldn't be.
at all. And yeah, no shit.
Dude, I appreciated him back. The LeBron days.
He got his one ring.
He did his thing then, but since then,
yeah,
it pretty much became his team after Bron left, and look what happened.
So after reports that Victor Oladipo had asked, who was it, the Knicks, the Heat, and somebody else said, hey, can I join you guys? now informed the Pacers that he is fully committed to the franchise and the direction of the team entering the upcoming season.
Hey,
Whoa, that's you know what that's
how about the Bulls, New Jersey?
that's
Unveiled the new. Wow.
Oh, I dig that.
Wait, go back up.
Let's get a better picture.
Okay.
That's
Ooh, those are fucking fire, man.
These are different.
I dig it.
I don't dislike it. That
No, not
I
at
like
all.
the font.
That it's like that burnt orange complementing that
What is this to do?
that red
here.
City jersey.
Well, I want to know the inspiration here.
Mm-hmm.
Bright blue
What's the idea?
uniforms last year. They will don sleek black jerseys with divine design elements that give a nod to Chicago's Art Deco architecture. Wow.
Architecture.
Architecture.
That's a new word.
Fuck, man.
We get new slang here with Mike.
Make no little plans. They have no magic to stir men's blood, which was a line that Daniel Burnham, the city planner, once delivered in a speech. Very cool. Yeah, these are different, man. I love the
Or is
city
that like
jerseys.
is that like a rose gold? Is that what that is?
No, it's gold with red backing.
Okay.
Everything's kind of double layered here, red and gold, so it kind of gives off a rose gold appearance almost. But
Yeah, a
it's
little
really
bit.
neat, man. I like these.
Different.
So let's see.
But Oladipo, man, that's mixed messages.
So
messages
he's
there. Like,
apparently committed.
I wonder how his teammates feel though. Like, are you all in or not, dude?
Steph Curry says, I talked to James Harden in the back, obviously complimented him on what he's done. First thing he says is, it's fun, but I want to play different. Playing by myself or hero ball. He don't want to play like that. A system where they can actually play beautiful basketball. Does this mean...
Why do I not buy that for even a second? He loves it. He loves hero ball.
Is he hinting at wanting to be traded to a system a la Kevin Durant?
Well, I've heard rumors that's his dream team, that if he were to go, would be playing in Brooklyn with Durant and Kyrie.
Yeah.
That's where he'd want to be.
Does he want to just go be an accent and be on a super team and win a ring?
You know damn well he does. But at the same time, I think he likes the attention and he likes, being the leader of the team. He likes the limelight. But he probably wants that ring like everybody else. And at this point, maybe he's in his career. He's like, it's just time to pull the old snake Kevin Durant move and just go chase one real quick, get it out of the way.
All those flavors, and you still choose to be salty.
I'm just saying, man. I'm just saying.
Kind of a big sports day in Miami. First, Kim Ng is the first. I hope I said her last name right. She's the first female general manager in baseball, and she's now the manager of the Marlins.
Who was getting shit for this? Was it the coach or was it the GM? Or no, she is the GM. No, it was. I saw a headline. What's his name?
Yeah, she's the first female general manager in baseball now, with the Miami Marlins.
There's someone made a comment about it, or
of course they did.
But
or previously made a comment before it happened. There was some controversy, but that's really cool though.
That's saying now.
That's progressive.
It is progressive. It's neat. I like to see it.
It's like you're seeing more female referees in the NFL, in basketball,
even in pro
NBA.
wrestling. Yeah,
like it's really cool.
Now, the Miami Heat are hiring former player Caron Butler as an assistant coach to join Eric Spoelstra's staff. I love seeing former players join these coaching staffs. I think we talked about it throughout the week, but not on the show. Chauncey Billups is joining the Clippers staff, even though he's been retired for quite a while. Jeff Hornacek is joining the Rockets staff. Stoudemire with the Brooklyn Nets now. Yeah,
which is really sweet with
Nash and. What's his face?
Tip of my tongue.
The coach. Why can't I think of his name? D'Antoni.
Yeah.
D'Antoni's on the Brooklyn staff, too.
Yeah.
He's going to be backing up Nash's
It's
coaching.
a really, really cool little trio they got going over there.
I just think it's neat. Like, he coached Nash as a player and Amari as a player, and now they're actually both backing up
and now they're all
Nash.
teaming up again, but in a different way.
It's so cool. I wonder, do you think, are they going to let, Durant and Kyrie and those guys do their thing, or could we be seeing a revival of maybe some 6 seconds or less, style offense?
It's really cool to, anticipate. Like if I have a team in the East this year, it's the Nets. Blazers, obviously, my number one team, but I'm gonna be hopping on that bandwagon real quick.
Barring
with the Nets.
some huge move, we don't stand a chance against any of these teams.
Yeah, we gotta make some shit happen real quick.
Skyler, that's too real. Oh man.
Yeah, when you see some free agency moves, some
Some
something.
big ones.
Some big uns. I have James Robinson starting in my. This is from Miles.
Gordon
Who
Hayward.
was watching us. I have James Robinson starting in my flex right now, but I have Gibson on my bench. Which one do I start?
Wait, he's got James Robinson or Gibson?
That'd be Antonio Gibson, correct?
Okay. Jacksonville is playing Green Bay.
Yeah, but Gibson is playing the Detroit Lions. Detroit gives up.
Play Gibson. Detroit is the number one team to give up the most rushing yards by running back.
Correct. They are, and I would lean toward playing him as well. James Robinson's had some pretty good output though,
and Green Bay's run defense isn't much better. But I feel like you guys are going to fall behind. I feel like Jaguars will fall behind where they have to pass.
It's going to depend.
It's going to be one of those. It's not going to be in the game script.
Okay, that's something I didn't think about because I was going to say with Washington, we saw that they could pass to J.D. McKissick quite a bit.
Because you got what's his face, Alex Smith. He's a drop back king. Just to drop down.
Right. A lion's share of those carries though are going to be
Gibson's the number one. He's number one.
He's absolutely the number one. I would go Gibson. I actually have Gibson on my fantasy team too. So with I think you and I both lean Gibson. What about you?
Oh, Gibson.
Yeah, it's a win-win. I mean, like I said, if you play him, you're playing the team that gives up the most rushing yards to running backs. And if you're playing what's his face against Green Bay, you're gonna have to catch up. And it's not gonna be in the script for your running back to get that many touches because they're probably gonna get blown out here. So
right,
I would definitely start Gibson.
Yeah, definitely. I need to almost keep this open in a separate window because I really want to be
more engaged.
Yeah, like we don't get chats very often, and I feel really bad when I don't know how long a chat's been sitting there, and then so keep it open. I just got to get better on that. Is all. I think I'll just keep this at a separate window.
One of us needs to have it open on our phones.
Go for it.
Or I could bring my tablet over. We could have it set here.
Well, for right now, I've got it on another window here. So then, if we get any more questions,
I was gonna say I'd put it up with the masters are on. So
yeah, I know you're good. You're good. So then we'll have it here. Okay. And because Audacity is going to kind of just do its thing, and OBS I don't really need to have open very long.
Yeah, sorry about any random chuckles, guys. I just like to laugh when pros miss putts that only I should miss.
Boy, I was wondering what that was. Okay, so now that I've got the chat up here, so let's keep going here. Hearing news of Kawhi and PG joining the Clippers, Pat Beverly jumped on the table crying. Quote, I just win the fucking championship.
Wait, Pat Bev. No. This guy?
This happened a year ago, yeah. When Kawhi and PG joined the Clippers, Pat Beverly jumped on the table crying, I just win the fucking championship.
This is the same guy. He told Steph Curry.
It's my time.
He goes, you had the last, what do you say? You had the last
5 years.
5 years. The next 5 years are mine. Steph just laughs at him.
I fucking love this guy.
Like he goes, aren't you like 30 something years old?
Actually, I don't think. Yeah,
that's exactly what he said too. It's hilarious. Patrick Beverly, I hate him, but I love him just for the antics and just the funny.
He's 32.
Headlines. Yeah,
he's got drafted the same year Steph did.
Really?
In all 4 years of college?
Because Steph literally said, aren't you like 32 years old?
They got drafted in 09.
But that's the thing. I think that's why Steph said it because, yeah, I already did that at a young age. What are you going to do now? And anyways, it's not, why would it be your next 5 years? Like you're riding the coattails of Kawhi and, I mean, we could have said Paul George, but we saw how that worked out.
Yeah, Steph went number 7 and he went number 42, Pat Bev.
funny.
Yeah, Steph's the same. Yeah, they're the same age. That's silly goose.
Pat Bev, he's a freaking bulldog, man.
He plays with a lot of heart, though. I do like him a lot.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's keep going here.
Yeah, it definitely gets into your head.
So yeah, Miles, if you I don't know if you tuned out and tuned back in, but we hope you got the help you needed there for your fantasy team, and we wish you the best of luck. I wish you better luck than I've had, because
and I wish you better luck than Skyler's gonna have this week.
Please.
Okay, let's kind of keep the blood off the table right now. We still got news to go through.
Blood's already been spilled.
Hornets unveil City Edition court design for 2020-2021 season. Neat.
Wow, I kind of like that.
That's very
teal or
it's very minty.
mint. Yes, that is the word I was looking for.
I was hoping for new jerseys to look at, because we love doing that shit here.
And Hornets jerseys, I've dug them throughout
What
the
is
years.
that? Oh,
The official NBA Store Australia site is selling a Paul Millsap Mavericks jersey.
Okay.
And he doesn't even play there. That's good. Jimmy Butler played more minutes in Game 3 of the NBA Finals than Udonis Haslem played in the entire 2020 regular season.
It's a random fucking stat, but
I mean, they must like him as a locker room leader.
I guess.
Golden State submits plan for home games. Coronavirus testing to allow 50% of fan capacity.
Oh, boy.
I can't believe they're actually letting that happen in California.
can't
It's
either,
California.
dude.
Of course they're letting it fucking happen.
No, California seems like they're more like
Well,
They've been really
Hardcore with
strict.
it, yeah.
yeah.
Well, Washington, Oregon, and California
all have
just
been strict with it.
mandated 14-day quarantines if you travel from out of state.
Yeah, no, we're going to see more of this. Probably with the new administration, they're a lot more serious about it. But yeah, that's surprising to me.
Yeah.
I mean, cool. I mean, I'm all for it. If people want to go, let them go.
Yeah, if all I got to do is have a Q-tip shoved up my nose to go to a game, let's go.
Oh yeah, they're saying you have to get.
That's what a test
Oh,
is.
did you see Ticketmaster selling tickets for concert, whatever? They're gonna want people to either have the vaccine or a negative COVID test to be able to attend any events.
Yeah, we kind of knew that.
Crazy. I didn't think that was gonna happen.
Hornets have emerged as a potential suitor for Rockets All-Star Russell Westbrook. Also, the Knicks are working on a plan to get Russell Westbrook. So this leads me into the next segment.
Oh, they were talking about Portland. They asked who was it? They asked CJ McCollum, Nurkic.
And Lillard.
Well, let's check
how
out the
they felt
Blazers
about it.
subreddit real quick, just because I want to see. Not seeing.
I don't know if I like it, but it's something.
Somebody was plugging some shit in the trade machine. Zach Collins, Anthony Simmons, and Trevor Ariza for Kelly Oubre.
I don't
I don't
really
like
like
it.
that at all. Who is this guy?
He's from the Suns.
No. I know who Oubre is. Who is this guy?
Oh, this is just a dude on the Blazers subreddit.
right.
Somebody goes, in my opinion, hell nah.
I think most people would agree with that statement.
Somebody said gross as fuck.
Why would that even? What?
He said, what moves would you like to see us make in the offseason?
Not this.
He said, not trading away both Anthony and Collins for a mediocre wing that is pretty much meh on the defensive end, but I can tell you that at least. A more realistic idea, sign JaMychal Green or Crowder, trade Ariza plus the 16th plus Simmons for AG, sign any backup point guard for the minimum, Nerlens Noel, and re-sign Wenyen, draft Scrub in the second round, Dame and Shabazz, CJ Trent Scrub, Hood Little Hazonia, Gordon Green Gabriel, Nurk Collins Noel.
No, why is we don't want Hazonia. Don't even want him on the team. I think most Blazer fans would agree. I don't know. Oubre would not be what we need. That's not going to solve anything. It's just going to be a repeat of last year.
Right.
I don't know. It's probably worse.
Let's make sure I do this.
But I know Gordon Hayward wants out of Boston, And I think that would be cool if we could strike a deal, but I don't even know if we're suitors for him.
Who was trying to trade for him that we talked about yesterday?
Oh, what was it? You brought it up to me. I didn't see it.
Yeah. It was a big one. Let's see here. Let me just go back to the NBA subreddit. I'll find it on Boston. Is a biggie. Let's see.
Yeah, what was it? It was was this a team in the West, or is it the East?
It was another East for sure. I'm pretty sure Celtics Pacers. They've discussed Gordon Hayward for Evan Turner.
Why?
What?
Not Evan Turner. Hold on.
Why would they want
Wild.
ET? We didn't
What?
even like him.
Not Evan Turner. Hold on.
So we didn't even like him.
I said
when
the
he was
wrong
in
guy. I
Portland.
said the wrong guy. Miles Turner.
Oh, okay. I was like, what? I go, does he even play there?
Wrong guy, guys.
Yeah.
Wrong guy.
We were about to throw a fit.
Yeah. Yeah.
Somebody actually put in a 3-team trade in the machine where the Pacers wind up with Gordon Hayward, Tim Hardaway Jr., Marcus Smart. Mavericks get Jeremy Lamb and Victor Oladipo, and Celtics get Seth Curry, Doug McDermott, Miles Turner, 2020 round 2 pick, and no reach around to go with it.
I mean, that's a stretch.
But Celtics and Pacers, yeah, they're talking Miles Turner for Gordon Hayward just straight up. We'll see what happens there.
I highly doubt it. but
I doubt it too.
I love the like mock trades. They're funny.
Yeah. Okay, so. Oh, and then what do you guys think about the Lakers? They're going after DeMar DeRozan. They're talking about maybe flipping Kyle Kuzma and Danny Green for DeMar.
I think that's a total win for the Lakers.
Who gives a fuck?
Danny Green didn't do a whole lot.
The only thing that would throw me on that
Kuzma
is
kind of rode in. Like Kuzma did a little better than Danny Green, obviously, but Kuzma didn't really contribute that much. I'm not saying he didn't at all. He did have a couple clutch shots there to win games.
I think DeMar is a great player, but he's not a great 3-shooter.
Doesn't need to be. Well,
but
maybe if you're getting rid of...
Kuzma's better on the line than he is.
Yeah.
I will say as a whole, I do like the move, but I don't know how much I love the idea of chopping up some of that chemistry already. I mean, I feel like DeMar can get them right back into the title game, but it's not DeMar getting them there. It's not so much him as it is LeBron and AD. But
at the same time, they're gonna have to get rid of some of these guys, right? They can't pay these guys all what they want.
I don't think they can really go wrong. But
if you're gonna add DeRozan to that squad, lose Danny Green, Kuzma, and who else? Is that it?
It would be Danny Green and Kuzma. Yeah,
I think you win there if you're the Lakers.
2 guys for the price of 1. Yeah. I mean, he is a 4-time All-Star. DeMar DeRozan, people kind of are forgetting about him ever since he went to San Antonio.
Ever since that whole bullshit thing that happened there with Toronto, and
yeah,
I mean, yeah, no, he's still a stud. Like he's still got it.
So let's move on. Let's talk about some of the big trade targets in basketball right now. First things first, Russell Westbrook wants out of Houston. Houston doesn't seem to want him anymore. Harden doesn't seem to want Westbrook around anymore. Where do we think he goes? We've heard a few teams that are open to taking him on, namely in the East. What say you, gentlemen?
Where do you go, Sky? I don't really know where you can put him. I mean, who are the teams really talking about wanting him? I mean,
Hornets have talked about wanting him. Obviously, they have the number 3 overall pick. I don't know that you necessarily give up. I don't know that.
But the Hornets did come out and say they would be willing to take some bad deals,
contracts in exchange for draft picks.
But I don't know.
So what I imagine is they would give up the 3 in order to get 3 and maybe some a couple other pieces in order to get him, and then some later draft picks. But I don't know.
Do you think Westbrook's really going to go over there and sign a deal with the Hornets? Do you think what kind of guy is Westbrook when you look at him? Is he a guy who he wants the ring now, Does he just want his own team?
I think Westbrook's a guy who likes to pad. He would love a ring, but he likes to pad his stats.
I think so too.
Yeah.
So
All he had to do in Houston was just accept the back seat.
yeah,
Just take the number 2 role
and
because
he had to know that going into it.
And
just-
just dish the ball.
play the same he did when Durant was there.
But worse. 'Cause that's
And,
literally
and
that's
he
pretty much
took-
what happened.
He took even more shots.
yeah,
And he's not a
that
shooter.
he didn't make.
He's not a shooter.
No.
He's not. He's a guy who needs to drive. He's a guy who he gets obviously the triple doubles.
Yeah.
But very padding the stats like he's saying.
Here's the thing. We all loved him that first year Durant left and Russ comes out and I think he was MVP that year, right? He averaged 50 40
Was that the
90.
year?
Was that when he passed Robinson?
Oh, yeah,
On
he
the
averaged
all-time triple double in the season.
Something like that.
He just averages triple double.
or
He averaged a triple double on the year. He was in the 50 40 90 club. And we all fell in love with Westbrook and we were like, wow, this guy was really in KD's shadow. And then we realized, oh, no, he likes to pad his stats
Yeah.
and put the team on his back, but he can't get out of the first round of the playoffs by himself.
right. So all that means nothing at the end of the day.
Then they put Paul George and Carmelo Anthony with him, and Carmelo didn't even last the season, and Paul George showed up in the playoffs like he always does, by which I mean he doesn't. And they get booted
Playoff
out of
P?
the
Who the fuck is playoff P?
and
Never
they
heard
get
of him.
booted out of the first round by you guys.
Yeah. Bye bye.
Bye bye.
Bye bye. Yeah.
So
you remember that one, don't you?
my thing is, I just don't think Russell Westbrook will get a ring in his career. I think that ship has sailed. You had the super team.
Unless you guys pick him up.
Unless we pick him up, and even then, I don't know.
I mean, you guys, in my opinion, it's Warriors or Lakers this year for the title.
I just don't think.
I agree.
In my opinion.
Well, in the West.
Okay. For the to go to the finals in the West.
Yeah, it's Warriors or Lakers.
Now the East, you guys.
Westbrook's,
if you guys make it, you got to worry about the East this year.
Westbrook's mouth is a problem too, and I don't think a team like a Golden State's going to put up with.
I don't know, man. I mean, you got to think about it, man. A lot of guys are soft nowadays. If you think about it, but like that's always been part of the game. The greats did it. MJ, Magic, they all ran their mouths, man.
The thing is, it's not so much the attitude.
MJ did it on the court.
It's not so much the mouth though. It's just that he needs.
Westbrook, I'm sure, does too.
He does on the court, but he runs it in the media and can't back it up.
He just needs to accept a number 2, or even in the case of like Golden State, a number 3 role. If he were to go to Golden State, that's Steph and Clay who are going to be taking shots before he does.
Right.
Period.
No, he's got to understand, and maybe he does, maybe he doesn't. He's not going to be
like the only way
the go-getter. He's not going to be the number 1 guy where everybody's watching out for.
The only guy that Steph and Clay could have taken a back seat to
Durant
was Durant, and
they did some games.
Obviously, if LeBron was on Golden State, they would have taken a back seat to LeBron.
Right.
It has to be the best player in basketball. Westbrook is not the best player in
And
basketball.
I don't even
right
think he's
now.
really known for that either. He is known for the triple doubles. That's really what it is.
I just think he's a bona fide stat pattern.
No,
in which
and,
case,
and he's
don't
and
get
he,
me wrong.
and he doesn't have a clutch gene in his body.
Here's the thing.
He goes to Golden State
That could
and just dishes to Clay and
Right.
Clay and Steph. He could have 1,000 assists in a season.
Yeah. No, that's the thing. It's and I think he probably knows that by now. Like that's his role on whatever team he plays on.
I think he's
unless he's like the only talent on that team. But
I honestly,
he's not that great of a shooter. Like
I
you
don't
said.
think he cares so much about rings. I think he cares about padding his stats and getting into the hall. Like that, which is where I say if he goes to Charlotte, if he gets dealt to Charlotte, or if he gets dealt to New York, he could average triple double again with those teams.
Honestly, dude, I think.
Especially in the.
Jesus, right in the mic.
You want to do that away from the mic next time? You fucking scared the shit out of me. I got one mic that already sounds like you could fucking hold a conch up to your ear and hear the ocean. I don't want to shell out $100 on another mic right around Christmas time. Anyway, the damn. He could average triple double, especially in the weaker East, and that brings me to my other question. So it's not necessarily where he goes. I mean, first of all,
but if he does, I think if we're gonna pick between those two teams,
because I will say, if anybody gets dealt to a contender, I don't think it's going to be Westbrook. I would actually sooner see the big shocker of a Harden or a Giannis get dealt to a Golden State or an LA or a Brooklyn before I would see Westbrook.
Harden already came out and said he's dialed in. He's focused on.
Is he?
It's what he came out
because
and said
he's scaring off his entire supporting cast.
Oh, I know that.
Eric Gordon and Daniel
coach
House and PJ Tucker are all furious with their roles and their salary.
And
the Rockets are blowing up right now.
Rightfully so. But that franchise wants Harden, and Harden says he wants to stick with the franchise.
This is why it could be beneficial for them to send him to Charlotte and get the 3 back, though.
They won't do that. They like the market there. They like what's going
No.
on.
I'm talking about Westbrook.
Oh yeah.
Send Westbrook to Charlotte and get the 3 back.
I'm
because
saying Harden is
you're looking
staying
at,
in
You're
Houston.
looking at 3 other guys that are potentially going to fly the coop the first chance they get because they're not happy with. And Austin Rivers isn't happy with Harden. With his attitude, you got plenty of guys that aren't happy with their roles.
100% agree. I just say Harden is staying in Houston. That's what he said,
right?
And that's what's happening. But Westbrook, he's gone.
I'm saying
he's gone.
Anything can happen. They've got a new coach now, Steven Silas, who I don't know.
Yeah.
This could be a case where this is a young new coach who could wind up being the scapegoat for a tailspin in the making. So I think anything can happen here. So here's the thing: if when Westbrook gets dealt to Charlotte or New York,
I think he goes to New York.
I don't wish New York on anybody.
I think that's where he goes.
But with how weak the East is, does he make either one of those squads a playoff team?
No.
You don't think so?
No.
Maybe Charlotte.
Nope.
Knicks, no way.
Nope.
You don't think so?
Knicks are way too
You don't-
toxic.
He doesn't have the juice.
Here's the thing: you don't think we get a big step up from RG Barrett in year 2 with some actual help?
That's the
near
only
him?
chance I can get, and that's why I say that's why he goes to New York instead of Charlotte.
You got to think the Knicks have
New York
money.
has more talent and more money.
They have money
to build around.
But the Knicks have money.
But this is what I've seen with Westbrook,
they're
man.
a cancer.
He like
Here's the thing:
brings teams down.
I'm not saying that he needs to win in the playoffs. I'm saying in the weak East, where teams with losing records
get into what you're saying.
Get into the 7th and 8th seeds, where all you really got to do, there's no other teams to really fight for. All you got to do is be better than Orlando.
They may be squeaking.
You gotta what? Be better than an Orlando team that at best is gonna win like 34 games this year.
Yeah.
I feel like Westbrook alone, with a big leap from RJ Barrett, or whatever help they can get him in Charlotte.
Yeah.
I feel like he could get he could get to the playoffs.
Charlotte.
He won't be successful, but he could get there.
Yeah.
There'll definitely be a first round exit, but I feel like they could maybe squeak in there. Maybe.
Charlotte is New York. No way. Like just the whole organization. The whole organization is such a cancer.
I would say the exact opposite. I would say if he goes to New York, yes, maybe they squeak in. If he goes to Charlotte, not going to happen. That's my prediction.
I honestly feel like New York would be the
better suitor.
Path to the playoffs for him.
It would be way easier path to the playoffs. Who do they got?
Especially because Charlotte's ownership is bad.
It's
Michael Jordan is a terrible owner.
Great player.
Terrible owner.
The GOAT, they say. But
let's look at right now. Let's look at who they have right now on Charlotte. Dwayne Bacon's going to be a free agent. Batum's injured, and they're looking to trade him. Bismack Biyombo's going to be a free agent. Miles Bridges, Joe Cheely, Devontae Graham, Willie Hernan Gomez. Wow. Yeah, that's a name. He's going to be a free agent.
No. We need to know his whole name, Mike.
Oh. Guillermo, Gustavo, Willie. Where do they get Willie from? Hernan Gomez, Gewer?
Everybody was tired of saying that, so they just said, "Hey, Willie."
Caleb Martin, Cody Martin, Jalen McDaniels, Malik Monk, Terry Rozier. Terry Rozier's not bad. He's a little overpaid right now, but he's not bad. Cody Zeller. That's not a good squad. They would need to add some pieces, but then if we go to the New York Knicks, the boy can't hold his liquid. The boy can't hold his beer. I'm talking about Brady. Anyway. People are watching going, fuck this guy. So I'm talking about me because I'm doing the dumb voices. Whereas you look at the Knicks, RJ Barrett, Ignas Brazdeikis, Reggie Bullock, Damian Dotson's going to be a free agent. Wayne Ellington, Taj Gibson's been around a while. Mo Harkless is going to be a free agent. Jared Harper, Kevin Knox, Frank Tilikina, who's young, but you got to see what you got in him. Julius Randle, Bobby Portis. It's a stretch, but they've got more pieces on New York that could rally around.
I don't think New York's a good fit for Westbrook.
I'm not talking about the fit. I just think they got the pieces. I think they've got money. They've got all these foreign retained draft rights to guys that they'll never see play.
I mean, really, if you think either way, I feel like he's going to butt heads with management.
Yeah.
Because the Knicks are just cancerous.
They are,
no
but
matter what you do. And then
everybody wants to play in the Garden, right?
I don't think Jordan will put up with his shit talk that he can't back up. Jordan will be like, yeah, I shit talk, but I backed it up every time.
No, I don't. I think Jordan would kind of like that fire from a player.
Jordan would.
But if he can't back it, not if he can't back it.
But Jordan would probably.
Okay, Jordan probably just wants to have a superstar on his team that's bigger than fucking Nick Batum.
Yeah, he wants a name out there. And Westbrook
he lost the one homegrown guy that they had to Boston, where he's thriving and actually, oh my God, Kemba Walker's like, oh God,
yeah.
The playoffs exist.
Jordan would love it if Westbrook was on the team, but I don't think they're doing anything over there.
So here's the next one, Chris Paul. Mm-hmm. Obviously, the Clippers are interested in Chris Paul. The Suns are interested in Chris Paul. Where do we see Chris Paul going?
Dude, the Suns. And honestly, if they could acquire him, what would it take? What would it take to get? What would the Suns give up?
Maybe a number 10 overall pick. Maybe Kelly Oubre as well. But Kelly
Oubre would probably have to be included.
It honestly depends on what they think they can get out of Paul. Paul was one of my favorite, as a guy who was a Warriors fan, whose team tanked hard.
Did you see the percentage of the? It was the percentage of this team, OKC, getting to the playoffs.
Yeah,
beginning of the season, it was like
we counted them out immediately.
It was like by analysts, it was less than like 20% or something like that.
Right. Well, and here's the thing, Paul put that team on his back. They have the young guys, the chemistry. They have picks on top of picks that they got from Houston.
Yep.
And LA. Like they
won
loaded.
big. They won big.
They're loaded on picks for the next couple of years. And they could get another big one, a 10 pick. That's a lottery pick from Phoenix.
And here's the thing. I think they know OKC as a franchise. They know, okay, yes, we went to the playoffs. Yes, we went. We had a good run. But is this team with Chris Paul right now, is this a championship team? I don't think so. Why not deal him? Why not get some more? Build around that.
Chris Paul could really help put Devin Booker over the edge.
Oh, it would. It would immensely. Okay, you got this veteran, right? This dude who's close and he's good friends with Melo. He's good friends with LeBron. He's good friends with Wade. Like, this guy's been around the block. He's done his thing.
But here's the thing.
Into the playoffs.
You're talking about
times.
A very tight West. Mm-hmm. Now, granted, once you get to the playoffs, anybody has a fighting chance.
Yep.
We've seen it time and time again.
It's playoffs, man. Anything can happen.
I don't have to bring up, we believe, right? So we're looking at it, right? Who do we have on the Suns to fool around with?
Yeah, let's look at the roster.
DeAndre Ayton, he's really young. I believe he was drafted last year or the year before. Let me just double check that. 2018. So we're still waiting on some development from him. But he's one of their better players. Aaron Baines is a free agent. Devin Booker, enough said.
D-Book.
Michael Bridges, Javon Carter will be a free agent. Chick Diallo, Ty Jerome, Cameron Johnson, Frank Kaminsky, Jalen Leck, Eli Kobo, Kelly Oubre, who's injured. He looks to be the big guy that they could deal. Something that's pretty rough.
That is loud.
Tariq Owens he's a two-way free agent. Cameron Payne, Ricky Rubio, and Dario Saric is going to be a free agent. There's definitely some pieces there. I feel like this is the kind of young squad that Paul could easily help. Oh, hey, we got a viewer, ESO only. What's good? You guys taking fantasy questions still?
Yep.
Absolutely. Hey, yeah, fire away, man.
Fire away, man.
We love getting questions from people that are watching. So let's hear them, man.
Sorry, funny little thing on.
I've got the chat up, so I'll be able to actually see what people are saying as we're talking. So yeah.
Funny little meme. It's hard to believe that two of the best players from the 2013 Super Bowl are now both fringe starters on the Jets.
Okay, he says, I got offered Kenyon Drake, Brandon Cooks, and DJ Moore for Zeke. What do you guys think?
Take it. Zeke and that Cowboys team is tanking so hard right now. Zeke is not really doing a whole lot in fantasy.
Man.
Kenyon Drake.
Ooh, yeah.
He's coming. Once he's off of his little injury, he's questionable, and he should be coming off of that either. It could be as soon as this week. We should know by Sunday morning.
That's not bad, man. Because I will say Zeke, they're obviously going to rely on him quite a bit with Garrett Gilbert
but
starting.
He has not been doing anything.
He's not been delivering.
I
think he's got the most running back fumbles.
And he's having
season.
He's having a fumble problem. He's having a problem with turnovers.
The pressure is certainly on for him. Kenyon Drake, he's obviously injured, but he's kind of getting over that. However,
DJ Moore's been fairly consistent this year. He's had a couple rough games, but he's got.
Could Zeke get benched?
He could be.
Well, let's look at Zeke's stats real quick.
I doubt they would bench Zeke, but he's not the fantasy running back. He's not the running back like he was even last year. Years back.
He's got 572 yards, 5 TDs. That's pretty pedestrian for this guy.
And that team, man, they're not going to risk too much of this guy.
I don't know that he could get benched, but they're going to split time with Tony Pollard quite a bit because they're not trying to win games right now.
And you got to think about it right now, too. There's going to be a lot of teams that they're playing that are going to get a big lead ahead of them to where he's not going to be as versatile and as many touches as you want him to as a fantasy owner.
I look at the Steelers game as an anomaly. I'll talk about it later in the show. The Steelers played down to their competition quite a bit, and that was an example of that. So Zeke could definitely see some of his time split. He could definitely see some touches go away in terms of them trying to maybe catch up in games. He says, the only other thing is my other receivers are Julio and Kenny G, so I'm pretty set at wide receiver. Mm-hmm. That's true. I will say Brandon Cooks and DJ Moore. DJ Moore is the lead receiver for Carolina, and he's had a pretty decent season. Brandon Cooks has had a couple games here. As Deshaun Watson is just kind of turning it up. Not that Houston's a contender or anything. So it depends. I got to ask, who are your other running backs right now? Obviously, you'd be getting Kenyon Drake in this league, but who else are you playing? And do you lean running backs or receivers in your...
Texans fan, okay.
Okay, you are a Texans. Oh, I'm sorry, man. I mean, I'm a Chargers fan, so I feel your pain as far as underachieving teams. I had the Texans set up to go to the playoffs, actually.
Yeah.
You go back to our episode where we predicted the season, and I'm being 100% honest here.
But back to your original question.
It depends. Who are your other running backs? Do you lean receivers or running backs in the flex?
10-man league.
So it's a 10-man league, by the way.
You got Kareem Hunt and Eckler. Okay. Trade him away immediately because Eckler is going to eat once he's back, and he should be back as soon as next week.
Justin Jackson's hurt too. Eckler, you would get Kenyon Drake back. The problem is we don't know how long Kenyon Drake's going to be hurt. Eckler did post on Twitter just the other day. He said, fantasy owners who have been waiting because I've been hurt, the time is soon. Probably not this week. He'll probably be back for the game against the Jets.
And then also you say you have Kareem Hunt. The only thing to worry about there is Nick Chubb is
Eckler is
back.
A beast. He's aside from, I mean, honestly, him and Herbert are tied right now for my favorite Chargers.
So Drake has been practicing.
No, Drake's coming back within the next couple weeks.
This week he will remain a game time call.
Yeah, he could play as early as week 10.
I know
probably
that's hard for a fantasy owner.
He's probably definitely going to be playing next week, week 11. But Kareem Hunt, you got to think about Chubb's coming back, but Kareem Hunt, he's that handcuff that you want. You need to stash him on your bench at least.
Okay.
Because if Chubb goes down, Kareem Hunt's getting that running back 1 numbers, man.
Here's what I would say. If you take this trade, Kenyon Drake, we don't know if he's gonna play. You're gonna have to really keep your ear to the ground and see if he plays. If he plays, I would say throw him in there. If he doesn't, Eckler should be back week 11 or week 12. You're almost set to just drop Jackson since he's not gonna play this week, and try to pick up Kalen Ballage. Kalen Ballage, he's facing off the next 2 weeks against his former teams, the Dolphins and the Jets. He did actually have a touchdown on the ground last week against Vegas.
I don't know
and
about
he was
going
the
up
leading
against the
rusher.
Dolphins,
Hey,
though. I mean,
if they're available on your waiver wire, if you accept this trade and Kenyon Drake isn't available this week, pick up either J.D. McKissick or Jamal Williams.
McKissick and Williams are good. Oh, he said Kalen Ballage is on the waivers along with Kelly. I liked Josh Kelly the first 2 weeks of the season. This guy, they're not using him properly. He should be like a LeGarrette Blount punch or a Mike Tolbert, punch it in with 1 to go, punch it into the end zone. He's not a bell cow. He's a third down running back at best. I hate seeing that guy getting tackled into the end or into the backfield. Kalen Ballage, though, he provided some explosiveness against Vegas. And if we're looking at just kind of a 1 week stream, knowing that Eckler's coming back soon or Kenyon Drake is coming back soon, I personally would lean Kalen Ballage.
Yeah, and
I'd have to say, hands down, I take the trade.
Yeah, you should definitely take that trade because Zeke. He's done. He's done this year. He's done. I mean, the state of that Cowboys team, that defense is so bad to where teams are going. They're putting numbers up on this team. You're not going to see the touches you want from him.
Who do the Cowboys play this week?
I'll look it up. Hold on.
Can't be good.
I mean, does it really matter?
I guess not.
But seriously, look at McKissick and look at Jamal Williams. I know Aaron Jones is back for Green Bay.
Dallas is on a bye this week.
Okay,
So.
that's what I thought.
Also, would it be cool to drop Slayton and Damian Harris for those 2 wide receivers I get? Yeah, because you're dropping a wide receiver and a running back. Harris, the thing about New England's running backs is they're so flash in the pan. They've got 4 guys there, and any one of them could go off, and it's like playing whack-a-mole trying to decide who's going to actually get the big game.
It's like the risk it for the biscuit, but
it's
like really not worth it.
You're talking a 25% chance you're going to be right.
So yes, definitely drop those guys for those receivers that you will receive from this trade.
Slayton, yeah, I would say Brandon Cooks the last couple games, and then DJ Moore playing with Teddy Bridgewater. Those are both higher than Slayton on my board.
But I will say with DJ Moore, it's going to be hit or miss because it's either going to be him or Robbie Anderson getting the catches.
Right, but DJ Moore, like I've seen, he doesn't get really. He gets average points.
Sometimes it's both though. Sometimes it's both DJ Moore and Robbie Anderson.
Yeah.
So
DJ Moore does not do bad. He
had one game against Atlanta where he had 1 catch.
right.
But that was a fluke game
against Atlanta of all teams. But no,
But I think
mean,
Cooley only got 1 catch in that game, or no, Ridley.
but
only
him
got 1
and
catch
him
in
and
that
Cooks,
game.
they're not getting like the game-breaking 37-point games.
You're
But
not
they're
getting 20, 30 points a game, but you don't need that.
You're getting a nice, dependable 12-17 against a good matchup.
From
which
what
is good.
from what I'm seeing from this guy is that he hasn't even been like from the receivers that he's got. These guys are better.
Yeah.
From the running backs that he's got
Julio.
Zeke
and,
hasn't been doing shit since week 3, 4.
Yeah. Well, and he's got Julio and Galladay too. Yeah. No, I would take it definitely.
Take the trade, man.
So and we'll keep the chat open in case you got any more questions or anybody else. Do we want to move on to breakers and busts this week?
We can do it.
Let me pull up my my sound effects here.
And
I want to thank you, Iso, for the question, man. Hey, you got any friends that play fantasy or whatever that need some help, or if you want to come, we're always recording Friday at 1 p.m. Pacific, 4 Eastern, depending on what coast you're on, and we're always happy to field questions and keep the chat open for you, man.
So Zeke went from 1 game under 14 or under 15 to the last 3 weeks, 5, 7, and 7.
that's what I'm saying. He's done.
Yeah, we're good there. So let's move on to breakers and bus. And I love doing sound effects, guys. I'm going to say I got to pull up my breaker just to be sure here because I had to replace. I had Michael Pittman and then I forgot he played.
No problem, man. We're here. We're here if you have any more questions, any buddies of yours need any questions answered?
Okay, so my breaker this week was Michael Pittman. I forgot they played Thursday though, and he did have a nice 100-yard game, no touchdowns, but it was cool. Here's the thing. My breaker is Zach Moss. Now,
Wow, that's what a lot of people say are going to be a bust this week.
Buffalo has a bottom 3 rushing attack. And I'm not, I mean, I have to start him in my fantasy team, but because I don't have anybody else.
Who are you starting, though? Don't you have Gibson?
I have Gibbs and Moss. I think I'm starting both of them.
Who else do you? Oh, Drake maybe,
and,
though.
Drake and Eckler. It's
Wake up early Sunday.
Yeah. Oh, I will. I always do. So here's the thing. Zach Moss is my breaker this week. Buffalo has a bottom 3 rushing attack. That is no secret. They're right there with Chicago and Miami, who did play Arizona last week.
They are, and Buffalo's playing Arizona this week, yeah.
But what I will say is
That could be an air raid.
Zach Moss and Devin Singletary, I like them as a 1-2 punch better than the 3-punch of Jordan Howard, Myles Gaskin, and Patrick Laird
That's a better,
on Miami.
Yeah, I mean, that's better.
That's
than that.
infinitely better. Obviously, they've had Devin Singletary in his second season. They're not getting a whole ton out of the tank for him, but they drafted Zach Moss with a second-round pick, I believe.
Well, I mean, it says something about Zach Moss when Singletary is on our waiver wire as we speak.
Yeah. Oh, I let him go and nobody picked him up because he's like the AFC David Montgomery. I feel like with Zach Moss,
he is also on our waiver wire.
running backs have a short enough lifespan anyway. Buffalo knows with this guy, round 3 pick, they've got to shit or get off the pot. They got to figure out what they can get out of him.
Yeah.
So I've got Zach Moss in here. They're going to plug him in, maybe use him in the passing game a little bit. In a game where you got Patrick Peterson and Budda Baker in the passing game, they're got to flip stuff around knowing that Arizona is going to infinitely score a bunch of points. They got to be able to keep Arizona's defense guessing to keep moving the chains and scoring. And this could be a do or die thing for Buffalo's running game, which I see as the only real weakness on their offense. I've got Zach Moss going, and I'm not saying for anything spectacular, but a breaker for a Buffalo running back would be 12 to 15 points.
Okay.
He's had a game like that in him before. I had him. I didn't win that week, thanks to you, Brady. But he had a nice little, I believe, a 20-point game. And the same week I had Damian Harris go off for 16. Anyway, I like Zach Moss here.
Okay, I like it.
He says it might not matter because it's Zeke, but could I possibly be making this team too good if he gets Zeke?
Oh, what's his roster like?
Yeah, what's his roster?
We need to know his roster first because we're going through kind of the same thing in our league with a certain person.
We've got a guy who likes to float dumb trades and stack players. I don't get those trades anymore. I don't get those. I lost enough guys. I don't get those trade offers.
He's probably offered me 52 trades this week.
But at the same time, I don't know if Zeke would really even do anything, no matter how stacked his team is. If he's got running backs that are his starters every week.
This could be a trap, though. If he sends him Zeke, this could trick the guy into going, well, Zeke's a name that I have to put out every week. And Zeke could shit the bed until the end of the season.
Could be good for you and your league.
Don't get me wrong. Zeke is probably going to have one more good game this year.
He has Josh... Ooh, okay.
I don't think he's got a fumble problem right now.
He has Josh Jacobs and Christian McCaffrey.
CMC, though, he came back for a week after he's hurt, and now he's
out with a shoulder injury. Again. This is interesting.
The CMC owners have been hurting this year. There's a CMC owner in our league who is not doing very well.
I would say do it still because even though flex is an option and all that, depending on his receivers, he could flex a receiver and bench one of these two guys for Zeke, thinking that a matchup is better than it is. And
seeing what we're going to see the last 3 weeks that we will probably see throughout the rest of the season. Zeke is not going to be the savior. He is not going to. He's not going to do anything crazy.
The Cowboys are going to have to sling the rock.
Exactly that because their defense is so bad.
That's mainly where Zeke's points are going to come from.
But he's going to get stuffed because they're going to see that screen. They're going to see.
I would still do it. Dallas
defense.
is on a bye this week anyway, knowing that you're going to get Drake and
Ridley, Thielen, and Pollard.
Yeah, I don't think you have anything to worry about there.
Yeah, knowing that Dallas is on a bye anyway, you're gonna get Drake and Eckler back in the next couple weeks, so
Ridley,
you won't be
Thielen,
hurting.
and Fuller. Okay, so Ridley has been out for a while now. Thielen, his last few games have not been good really at all.
Ridley's on a bye this
And
week.
Ridley's on a bye.
Fuller's like the only good one in there that I've seen on like the rise. But like between Ridley and Thielen hasn't been performing well the last few weeks.
No, Justin Jefferson's been out playing him
Yep.
last I saw.
Ridley.
Ridley's only been consistent. He hasn't had that wow game.
He's had a couple wow games. He's
look
had a couple wow games. Man.
fantasy-wise.
Fuller gets an interesting matchup against Cleveland and A.J. Brown. A.J. Brown had a terrible game last night.
All of Tennessee did though.
Did you see him drop that
Yes.
what should have been a walk-in touchdown?
I saw it. I watched the whole game, man.
It was sad.
Tennessee just struggled against that Colts defense. Like I said, the Colts defense
So he
is
has
for
had
real.
that. He has had that. The first game against Seattle, he had 29. The second game against Dallas, he had 24. But then he's been 14, 0.
He's had
17, 15, 17, 5, 0.
Those are good points, though.
Yeah.
So Calvin Ridley's the only one you have to worry about there, but those other two.
He's on a bye.
And Fuller's getting there, but
I saw that.
I don't think giving him Zeke and you receiving those other guys, Kenyon Drake, all that, I think you win. So
Yeah.
I don't think that's going to put an edge on anything
That
with him.
might be the one trade I'd take from the guy in our league.
Yeah.
Would be that trade.
Yeah.
This could help you out, and also it could fuck this guy
It
later
could
on
fuck with his head.
because he could sit here and go look at a matchup. You could have Dallas go up against a team like Detroit maybe or something. I don't know if they've even played this year, and go, oh, look at that, the matchup's great, and then they get down by a lot because Detroit can put points up on the board against bad teams, and if that happens and he sits a guy like Josh Jacobs one week who can just punch in touchdowns when they want him to, or Christian McCaffrey is so dynamic, that could really bone him in a matchup. So I like this trade overall. Like I said, my breaker this week though was Zach Moss.
Okay. So I'll go with mine.
Just because it's do or die.
Yeah. I have J.D. McKissick for Washington. I think he's going to go off.
No problem, man. I hope it goes well for you, man. Best of luck with this fantasy, and also best of luck to Houston against Cleveland.
Yeah.
Hey,
I know you're Texans fan.
follow us on Facebook. Let us know how the trade worked out for you.
He probably does. I posted the link in Facebook. So
Yeah, Long Shot Sportscast. But yeah, my breaker this week is going to be J.D. McKissick. Like we said, Alex Smith is in at quarterback now. There's been some injuries and some other controversy over there.
Yeah.
But he is the drop-down king, Alex Smith. And who else to throw it to? J.D. McKissick. Okay? He's not going to get as many touches, as many carries as Gibson will.
We should go to Twitch.
But
I have fucked around a little bit with doing a streaming client for Twitch.
Twitch actually would be probably the better one than YouTube. It's just more...
It's something that I'll consider for sure.
Anyway, I think McKissick is going to have a game this week. If it's not McKissick, I'll double down with I'll give you two. Jamal Williams. Yes, there's a healthy Aaron Jones back, but guess who they're playing? Jacksonville. They're going to run it up on Jacksonville, and that's going to let Jamal Williams eat.
I will say about the Jamal Williams thing, though, when he was hurt, and I thought Aaron Jones was going to be
Are you
hurt.
ballsy enough to throw him in your lineup?
Here's the thing, though. I
I have McKissick in my lineup now.
I played Tyler Irvin that week, and I thought, well, they're running it up on San Fran. Tyler Irvin can get some garbage time runs, and he did not.
Why didn't you pick up Jamal Williams?
Because he was hurt that week.
Oh, okay.
I'm talking about a couple weeks ago, with the logic being that they run it up, they won't put the starting running back in, and then the
No, but
backup
Aaron
can get...
Jones played, though.
Right, but what I'm saying is you're
I get
saying
you.
a healthy Aaron Jones is in tow, and to play Jamal Williams, with the idea being that they'll run up the clock and Jamal Williams can get some garbage time runs, and that didn't really work out against San Fran. Granted, San Fran is a better rush defense than Jacksonville,
and that's kind of my point here.
but we'll see.
That was exactly my point here. But anyway, McKissick.
Who's your breaker, man?
So I've been saying this to Brady all week. If he's activated and if he plays, I think Lazard could have a big game.
Alan Lazard. Let's take a look at what we've got here.
With all the focus right now being on Devontae Adams, I think it's going to open him up.
Devontae Adams doesn't care about the focus.
He's a game-time decision.
Game time decision. Okay.
I think the way him and Rodgers hooked up when Adams was out, and he realized he couldn't trust Scantling to catch anything.
Yeah.
Bro, Scantling will get a TD before this bum does. I'm just kidding. No, I like Lazard.
I like Lazard more than
he's dope.
than
I already
Scantling.
said it earlier this season. Like he's gonna have a breakout season this week
Okay.
or this year. So that's not a bad. That's not a bad breaker.
I think if he plays, he's gonna be.
Sorry.
You okay there, friend?
Yeah, I'm all right.
He's just talking shit.
Yeah. Okay, I like that. Now my bum this week.
Hold on. Let me have the bum first.
Why?
Shit.
Because the bum of the week
Rolled out.
Oh
is
no.
the Brady bunch.
You got a long list there, buddy, and it's it's almost embarrassing that you say that.
It's the Brady bunch.
So according to Skyler, Kyler Murray is going to be a bum. DK Metcalf is going to be a bum. Stephon Diggs is going to be a bum. J.D. McKissick is going to be a bum. Noah Fant is going to be a bum. Tom Brady is going to be a bum.
Well, if he plays anything like last week, yeah, definitely a bum.
Okay,
That was
okay,
pretty
got me there.
No way
and
he just said that.
And if or when I choose, DeAndre Hopkins will be a bum. So
No, okay. So my bum of the
you
week.
guys better not listen to anything this guy
Listen,
ever tells you.
Listen, all joking aside, I think DK Metcalf is my bum of the week.
Really?
Good luck, dude.
I think he's getting all the attention right now, and so
He
it's
got
gonna open Lockett
Hey,
up.
Stephon Gilmore wanted all the smoke with Metcalf, and look what happened, dude.
Listen,
Look what happened.
Just listen to my point.
Listen to
Everybody's
it.
paying attention to him. They're gonna have their best corner on him, which opens up Lockett.
It's exactly what happened with
It happened a
the
couple weeks.
Patriots.
It happened a couple weeks ago.
And guess what happened?
How many points a couple weeks when Lockett had his big game? What did DK have?
20? Oh, are you talking about Arizona?
Yeah,
Oh, okay. He had like 3.
yeah, exactly.
So
Yeah,
you think that's what's going to happen?
He's probably going to draw Jalen Ramsey in coverage. Yeah, we'll see.
But I don't.
Don't get me wrong. I don't like picking my own player, but I just see it happening this week. He got all the attention in Buffalo, and he still at, but Lockett didn't get really anything.
That's bold,
He
and I like it.
Who got all the attention in Buffalo?
DK.
He still got 20 points.
Yeah, he got 20. Let's see how many Lockett had. Look, I'll tell you because I have him in my other fantasy.
Lockett
team.
didn't do shit last week.
Exactly.
I thought you just said
your bust was DK.
Yeah.
Yes.
He said
'Cause
DK got all the
they're
attention
really
in
gonna
Buffalo.
they're really gonna be all over DK, which is gonna open Lockett up,
Okay.
and Russell's just gonna drop dimes on Lockett.
It won't happen, but I
Okay.
mean, I hope it happens.
My bust of the week, speaking as a sane person here, is Joe Mixon. Joe Mixon's coming off of being
Is he
banged
going to
up.
play, though?
He should play.
Okay.
If-
Because I've been
if-
hearing rumors that he may or may not.
In which case, my bust of the week is anybody running for. Okay, Joe Mixon doubtful for Bengals. Okay, I will flip that. Bengals running backs in general, Gio Bernard, etc. You're playing the Steelers. Absolutely no, don't do it. You're playing against probably the best, second or third best rush defense, maybe the best rush defense in the NFL right now in Pittsburgh. Let's just say no, right now. Yeah.
I like it. I think my bust of the week is going to be Robbie Anderson.
Okay.
I just think
They play Tampa, right?
Bay. And
Yeah.
so as bad and atrocious as Tampa Bay's defense played last week against the Saints, it's going to be totally different. That's the first time we saw this year besides, week 1 with the Saints?
Yeah.
I think it's just that team. It's that rivalry, new rivalry that we've seen now with Tom Brady
With
and
Brady's new
Breeze.
rivalry.
So I think that was just more of a head case type thing, mental thing. But I think this week we see the Tampa defense that we've all come to see and love as far as being one of the most dominant in the league. And I think that Robbie Anderson, he's going to have a hard time. And I could go as far as just saying just Panthers receivers is going to be a bust.
Sure.
I mean, DJ Moore, I think he's going to have a hard time, but just this week.
So let's move on to matchups. Of course, we'll have some upsets in there as we get to them. And then we'll cap off the show with the promo battle. So let me pull up. Actually, we have it on our phones now. So let me pull up the lines for the over/under.
Any of you guys pick the Colts? Did you pick the
Mike's
Colts?
the only one.
I was the only one who picked the Colts.
But he also probably picked some other crazy
Holtman
shit, so we don't have to
didn't
worry
play
about it.
this week.
No, him or your girl.
No, she didn't play.
Yeah, listen,
She didn't wanna play.
you don't got to know about it until I tell you, okay? I did pick some crazy shit.
I know you did.
And we'll get to it. We'll get to it. I want to update also for the matchups as far as week by week. Last week, you two tied, but you finished ahead of me, so I gave you each a point. So it's 5, 2, 2, 1 tie for all three of us.
So we were already at 2.
No, sir. That's it.
How the hell do you get to 5? And we're only at 2.
Because you guys aren't good. I calls it like I sees it.
I guess you could say that in pick'em, but in fantasy, where you at?
Woo!
I mean, listen. I get cocky when I'm winning money.
You in
Otherwise,
playoffs, or-
you're not hearing from me.
Well, I mean, we're winning the big money.
Yeah. Big money. Okay, let's see here. Go to group. Okay. Cleveland, 3-point favorites against Houston. And I'm sorry, Eso, I actually picked the Browns on this game.
I went Browns too.
You know, and I did too, but when I really look at it, as much as the Browns truther I've been this year, I'm kind of liking the Texans more now that I think about it.
Are you going to change your pick?
I can't change it.
Well, you can't change it, so.
But
That was a trick question.
I'm still going to go with the Browns.
I will tell you this. It's going to be a close game. Deshaun Watson is a fiery competitor. He keeps the Texans in these games.
The only reason I still say I'm with the Browns, Chubb's back. Chubb's back.
Well, and I will say, I mean, the Texans...
That 1-2 punch is back.
Here's the thing. The Browns, they have... Sometimes you think on paper they could win a game. Like, since they've kind of turned the corner on being a good team... and they could drop this one. They could just as easily drop this one. I don't see it.
So easy. But
I personally, I have to go with the Browns on this, with the return of Chubb and everything else. The Texans, I like them, but I think their defense is aging, and I just
it is, man. And sorry, because it used to be an elite defense.
need a shot of youth.
Yeah,
there.
that's exactly
It
what
makes
they
me.
need.
It makes me wonder what they're going to do in the draft. Because there's
It could get interesting.
There's some high profile. I mean, they're going to be right up there probably in top 10, maybe top 10.
Yeah, I mean, they're not winning games.
Unless they surge at the end. I think they'll finish with a top 10 draft pick. They could get a guy like Patrick Surtain a second to come out and be pretty dominant on that front, or they could go for a receiver. Maybe if they finish bad enough, they might end up with a guy like Jamar Chase.
But what do you think? You think you take a defensive guy that you really could use, like a weapon there, or do you think you pick offense first? I think you pick defense first, right? Defense wins games. We've all said it.
Why wouldn't you try to replace DeAndre Hopkins?
Well, that needs to happen.
Jamar
too.
Chase could easily replace DeAndre Hopkins.
True. It's almost like they're like, you're gonna have to fucking sacrifice this for that. Like, that's almost where they put themselves in a position.
Free agency is also a thing too. So we'll see what happens there.
They put themselves in not a favorable position.
We've all got the Browns here, and the over/under for this bad boy is 46.5, and I take the over.
Yeah, I'll take the over.
The way I see it, the Texans and the Jaguars combined for 52. I feel like they could combine for
no.
For
I
more
like how
well.
much the Browns can score, and I like how much the Texans can score.
So I'm seeing on Yahoo, Washington and Detroit. It's anybody's game, but I'm seeing here on the lines, Detroit is favored by 4.5.
Yeah.
I believe I actually picked Detroit this time.
I did too. I like Washington's defense if they're not too tired.
Skyler actually picked Washington.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I keep getting burned when I pick the football team. As much as they are a sentimental favorite in my heart,
Here's the thing.
I can't go against the Lions here. They just, this is going to be a stinker, but the Lions can put points up on the board, and I don't love Alex Smith.
As far as like, I love him as a drop down pass guy. That's
love
what
him
he's
as the
good at.
sentimental. Oh my God, this guy's back!
But as far as this matchup goes, I just think the Lions have a more elite offense than the.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I think Washington has a better defense.
Well, but here's the thing: Stafford was actually benched sometime in that game for Chase Daniel.
Yeah, I mean, That's funny, but
Loyalty to Matthew Stafford, backbreaking for Lions' future. Yeah, I've been saying they need to reboot without this guy for a minute now. But
I don't know how this guy's still playing. How old is he?
he got drafted in 2009. He got drafted the same year Mark Sanchez got drafted. He went number 1. Mark Sanchez went, I believe,
He's
number
only 32.
4. No, he's not terribly old.
No,
but
Stafford used to be a big name in the league. He's still, everybody knows him as a vet, but
I'm saying
he's not terrible, but he's just not what the...
But a point I've been trying to make is knowing that Matt Patricia is not going to be there next year,
Right.
it would be so much easier for the next guy coming in to lower the expectations and soft reboot this Lions team.
It's just a soft reboot.
Move Stafford to a desperate quarterback needy team if you can. I could see Washington biting. Washington spends stupid money all the time.
Yep.
Move Stafford to a desperate quarterback needy team and set those expectations to 0.
Yeah, don't get ahead of yourself.
Depending on where they fall, they're not going to be they're not going to be competing for Trevor Lawrence, but
No.
Justin Fields, Trey Lance, the kid out of BYU, Mac Jones, those are all viable options for this Detroit team in this draft.
No, there's options. But yeah, I just like the Lions only by a little bit, though. I only like them by maybe 3 points, maybe a field goal.
Just like the Washington Giants game.
Yeah, that's the only, maybe.
I will say I would probably actually pick Washington if Dwayne Haskins was playing. Just saying.
Oh, that would make me favor the Lions way more.
Yeah, I know. I have trash brain. I'm a Dwayne Haskins truther.
You gotta stop with that. I mean, you guys related or something?
We all have our maybe, but
you guys like
inside joke.
Yeah.
And
Maybe
we're not going to get into it here.
Yeah, no, not here.
So over under for this game, I shudder to think. It's
I'm thinking the under whatever
46. Yeah, I'll take the under by half a point.
Down under.
Green Bay in Jacksonville. Green Bay favored by 13.5 points at Lambeau Field.
Well, I don't know, dude. Is Minshew Mania still a thing?
No, it's Jake Luton, from what I heard.
No, I was playing. Yeah, I mean, come on, man. Go Cheese, fucking Packers,
Cheese.
man.
Don't ever say that again.
Never say go cheese. Yeah, I'm just going to keep the logo over your face for that one. You can come back out from under the logo when you think about what you've done.
that go stand in the corner.
I just see Devontae Adams having a beast of a game again. He has been incredible when he's been on the field. And Rodgers is slinging it like it's 2012 again, man. I love it. I love this. I love taking the Packers over the Jaguars here
until he plays Tampa Bay.
It's the most obvious thing here. Yeah, that was rough. It's the most but then Tampa got theirs against
I know.
Orleans.
It was like insta karma.
Jameis beat his old team twice this season. That's awesome. And did you see he ate the W?
He just like I'm gonna do with Skyler
he ate
come
the
Sunday.
W?
It
was great.
Exactly that.
So anyway, I love that he brought back his cringiest moment and got one over on his old team like that. Incredible. You live for this shit, dude.
Oh, for real.
Over under 49. Now here's the thing.
I'm taking the over just on the Packers.
Just on the Packers. I will say, Jacksonville against you. You slag the Packers defense every week. There's no reason to believe Jacksonville doesn't put up points. I still think they get beat by more than 2 scores.
Oh, yeah.
I think this will be a high-scoring affair.
Dude, that's the only thing. That's just like the Seahawks, man.
So now we've got Philadelphia. They are 4-point favorites against the Giants.
Upset of the week
New
incoming.
York Football Giants.
Upset of the week incoming.
Really? You guys both? Okay, hold on. I got to play the sound effect for that. You know it.
The only thing me and Brady agree on all week.
Right now is Danny Dimes and the Giants. That's what's going on right now.
Okay, so I got to find these.
You know why? Because Carson Wentz is a weirdo. That guy is just like dropping back at passes and like throwing like away from his body, and it's like so like he has like the most riskiest passes, and you wonder why this guy has the most turnovers as a quarterback since he's entered the league.
I'll tell you right now.
You wonder why.
They wouldn't have won
Watch an Eagles game.
They wouldn't have won that Super Bowl if it wasn't for Nick Foles, because Wentz wouldn't have done it.
No, fuck no.
I will say.
Watch how this motherfucker plays, man.
So I'll say. The Giants, they're weird because they get better and better every week.
Yes.
I still think Daniel Jones is not the guy.
I'm not saying he is.
He's managing games against very poor teams.
Mm-hmm.
I think Philly finds a way here still.
And you know what? I think Brett Favre got it right. You guys see all that in the headlines where he said, I think the Eagles fucked up with Carson Wentz and Nick Foles. He thinks Nick Foles should have been the quarterback there instead of Carson.
Foles is doing so good
and
right
what?
now.
I totally agree.
I
totally agree.
At the time, I agreed.
Right now, I agree. Right now, I agree. Put Foles on that team. Put Foles on that team.
The New York Football Giants are going to go on a roll. They're going to go on a roll, and they're going to win the NFC East.
Oh, they will win that division. Mark my words.
I am okay with them going on a roll if it means they're out of the Penei Sewell sweepstakes. As a Chargers fan, but I see the Eagles cooking a little bit here. Carson Wentz, he's not having his best year. He's probably having his worst year statistically.
Is Sanders back this week or no?
Miles Sanders, I don't think it matters. The Giants.
I think it matters a little bit.
I don't think it matters.
Here's the thing: the Giants have a better defense. That's all I gotta say.
Yeah,
the offenses are about the same.
Look at the leaps and bounds this team's made this year. Could you imagine if Saquon had stayed healthy?
If Saquon stayed healthy, it'd be a different ball game.
I think they would be completely in control of the NFC.
They would, 100%.
So here's the thing: Wentz, while not making his best choices, he seems to regain control and win the games he should win against bad teams.
The thing is, they shouldn't be that close because it's because of Wentz that these teams even get a chance.
Were it not for Travis Fulgham, stepping up,
literally the savior of that team,
and be actually being a guy that Wentz can depend on, I wouldn't be picking them right now. But Jalen Reagor, he's seen action in several weeks. He hasn't broken out yet, and I didn't put him as a breaker for a reason. Mm-hmm. I don't see it happening in this game.
But you think like teams now are probably like preparing for that, like writing script for that, seeing as Fulgham is the only receiver on that team. They got tight ends,
man. They got Dallas Goedert catching passes too.
And they got Goddard and Zach Ertz, who've been shit in the bed since the season started.
Zach Ertz is hurt, last I heard.
And even when he wasn't.
I'm going to look up the last
Even when he wasn't, dude. He wasn't doing goddamn thing. Dude's a bum now.
I mean, what's their record right now, though?
The Eagles?
Yeah.
They have 3 wins.
They have fucking 3 wins, and we're in week 10.
Boom. They're like 3-6-1 or 3-5-1.
Yeah, there was a tie there with the Bengals, right?
But look at these games and look at... Okay, Washington beats them, that's funny. Rams beat them, that's funnier. They tie, beat the 49ers. They kept it. They were tit for tat for the Steelers for a minute until they put the kibosh on them.
Right. You're just toying with them.
Almost beat the Ravens, beat the Giants by 1. This will be a close affair, and then they run a train on the Cowboys because they were so bad. But if I go back to that last game, Boston Scott at running back, he was the one carrying it. I
think Sanders is coming in this game, though. That could change it.
Let's take a look then.
I'm pretty sure Sanders is supposed to play this week.
I still just, as much as I think that the Giants are getting better every week, I just feel like, Miles Sanders fully practices, he'll be back.
Yeah.
Alshon Jeffrey will be back too.
Jeffrey wasn't a goddamn thing since he's been in Green Bay.
He's a guy to catch a ball, though.
I mean,
he wasn't in Green Bay, Chicago.
Alshon Jeffries?
Yeah.
He played in Green Bay.
No, he didn't.
Who am I thinking of? Hold on.
Somebody stupid, probably.
Oh, no, I'm definitely thinking of, what's his face?
Greg Jennings?
No, a few years back. Come on. It was literally Rodgers, like, bread and butter.
Jordy Nelson?
Yes. I don't know why
That's a white guy.
I know. I know, that's exactly.
This motherfucker's dumb enough to think he gonna win this week.
I was gonna say he played for Chicago and Philly. Anyway, so I got Philly in this one. I just think that this is about the time of year. They are a second half of the season team, like they were last year. They underwhelmed to start. They were a second half of the season team too. They're just worse version of the team last year. They will get booted in the first round of the playoffs, but they're gonna get there, and this is another win for them. To me. Over under. I mean, I could see it being an upset here, but the over under in this game is shit. I probably passed it because I'm dumb.
I'm just gonna say the under, and it's probably gonna be a field goal game.
44.5. Yeah.
Under.
Yeah, I'll take the under. Tampa Bay, 6-point favorites. Only 6-point favorites against Carolina.
Probably they're only giving them 6-point favorites after last week.
Yeah, last week they were like,
well, and knowing that Carolina was a missed field goal or two away from winning, from beating the Chiefs. Still, I don't see them having two performances like this in a row.
Well, we got to remember, these guys have already faced off against each other earlier
Antonio
in the season.
Brown, he's had another week to get in tune with the offense. I'm not saying he's going to blow doors down, but that's another guy catching balls.
He single-handedly destroyed that
Unless
team.
the Buccaneers have just a crazy second half of the season tailspin, I think they get the train back on track this week.
Yeah, no, it's Bucks.
And that is over-under...
I'm going to take the over.
I'm going to take the over because
no shit.
Tom Brady is getting five passing TDs.
50.5. If McCaffrey was playing, I would take the over. I actually take the under here.
This fucking funny guy over here.
It's over. Tom Brady's passing for 5 touchdowns this week. Easily.
No, they're not. No, he's not. They're not playing the Chargers. Vegas, Denver. Vegas is 4.5-point favorites here. I think we all went Vegas. The only guy in our pick'em that picked Denver was Biff.
And here we go. I should probably change my pick right now if I could. I still think Vegas. Carr, you've been doing good things.
Carr, it was interesting watching that Chargers game. Carr was bottled up for the first half really well. Mm-hmm. And then he uncorked some that were, behind the knee, just perfect catches. He made Nelson Aguilar last week look like a Pro Bowler. I keep saying every week, Carr is playing the best football of his career.
Yeah.
He's doing what he needs to do. He's better than a game manager. Don't let the stats from last week fool you where he threw for below 200 yards. He did what he had to do to help put points on the board and to help his team succeed.
Yeah, he was driving the bus. So.
Yeah, he absolutely was. I like the Raiders over Denver. Denver, I'm not sold on Drew Lock.
Well,
I've watched Drew Lock play, and you can say, well, he had 4 touchdowns against the Chargers. Yeah, but that's against a team with a bad defense that doesn't blitz. That plays prevent all day.
Yeah, they don't put any pressure on there. They give them all the time in the world.
They have Joey Bosa and Melvin Ingram, and they still insist on not blitzing. They blitz the least in the league by a wide margin. I'm not sold on Drew Lock, period.
Okay.
So give me the Raiders on this one. And the over-under for this is 51. And I'll
give me an under just barely.
Over.
I'll take the over.
I'll take the under just barely.
Miami, 1.5-point favorites over the Chargers, and you already know I'm not taking my team.
I like Miami right now.
This might be the first week that we have all taken Miami since we've been playing this.
I think you're right.
Yep.
I think you're right. I don't see my team pulling this one out. Tua is
have to be a believer. As much as I hate being a Dolphins believer.
This will be fun because it's Tua versus Herbert. They went 6-7 or 5-6 in the draft, so that's cool. I just don't see us turning it on. I think the Dolphins defense has found a groove. They're going to keep going with it. I think Herbert is yet again going to turn out a miraculous performance, but with no Eckler, the running game is going to be poor. Aside from maybe Balaj jamming it in for a touchdown early, Keenan Allen's going to have another 100-yard game. What else is new? But the defense is going to buckle because Gus Bradley can't call a second half defense to save his life. So give me the Dolphins, period.
This could be a big game for running backs too.
Yeah.
I know Vegas, they give up I think the 4th most to running backs.
Vegas. You know the Chargers?
Or
Chargers give up a lot to running backs, yeah. What's saddest about that is 15 years ago, you used to have the fans chant, "You can't run." And then I swear to God, Adrian Peterson uncorks it in his rookie season for 297 yards, and after that, anybody can fucking run a train on us. It's fucking demoralizing.
But the Dolphins defense is just that's the thing. The Dolphins defense is so underrated this year.
Over under 48.5 over.
I'll take the over because I think Herbert. He's gonna let it fly.
Our offense puts up 25 to 30 points a game. Yeah, give me the over. Okay, moving on. Arizona, 2.5-point favorites over Buffalo. And I think did we all get Arizona in this? No.
Arizona is.
You've got Buffalo.
How is Arizona 2.5 favorites?
They're 2.5-point favorites over Buffalo.
Why am I seeing Buffalo favored over Carolina or Cardinals then.
Where?
Where?
Right here at the top, it says -2.5 Buffalo.
Vegas.
No, that's
I'm
that's
going
not
by.
Vegas odds. That's where people are picking.
Oh, okay.
Come on, bro.
Sorry.
Yeah. Yeah, bro.
I got Cardinals.
Yeah, I know.
I like Cardinals have like the number one offense right now, man.
Oops, wrong one. Yeah, Kyler Murray. He's playing like a beast as usual.
And, you know, they got the weapon Hopkins if they need him.
This was a tough choice for
Kirk.
me.
It seems like Kyler and Kirk, they like each other a lot.
They've connected big time.
Yep.
This was a tough choice for me. I think this could go either way, easy. Arizona and Buffalo, both teams have beaten Seattle, which means they're both pretty damn tough. This should be the best game of the week.
Yep.
I think
far.
this is
And
the America's game. Really.
I don't know that Arizona drops 2 in a row though. I think they lost a real butt clincher to
Miami.
Miami. Yeah. Oh hey, we got one here. Even with tough matchups, I'm starting Godwin, Thielen, and Kupp in PPR. I'm benching T. Higgins, Hollywood, and Claypool. Your thoughts? I love that you're benching Hollywood Brown. I've had him most of the year, and he's not been playing very good. And it's all down to Lamar Jackson. Teams have figured out a way to box him out, and they're playing New England's defense, which is really the sole bright spot on that team. They're figuring out ways to get turnovers and shadow some of the best receivers outside of the anomalies like DK Metcalf.
Like Claypool would be my only issue with benching.
Yeah,
Up against
same here.
Cincinnati.
But we don't know if Big Ben's playing.
Oh, Big Ben.
He's on the COVID list.
Yep.
So that I could see where you're doing. But my question is, you're starting Godwin, Thielen, and Kupp. Who are your other receivers? I need to know that before I give you an accurate answer on what I think.
I love the Kupp start. I would start any Rams receivers right now.
Especially against Seattle.
Against Seattle's
Our
defense.
secondary's trash.
I'm starting Robert Woods this week. Godwin, I'm unsure. Although Carolina can give up some points.
I think Godwin's a good start because I think that they have so many weapons now. With AB now added to that list, Mike Evans,
Gronk, who can catch balls.
right?
I mean,
so I think Godwin's a good start. Thielen, they're playing Chicago, right?
yep.
That could be tough.
That could be a tough matchup. But I like Thielen over Hollywood.
I do too.
Higgins and Godwin is interesting because Godwin, with all those weapons, Godwin can only have a couple catches. We've seen it with Mike Williams. T. Higgins, though.
You don't want him going against.
Yeah, I can't go, hey, yeah, no brainer, start him over Godwin. But I feel like Joe Burrow could really have a big game against Pittsburgh. That's my only hang up here.
I don't know though.
I actually would sooner put T. Higgins out there than Claypool, but I think overall you got to just throw your names out.
You would put Higgins before Claypool?
I would go of the 6 receivers here in terms of my gut and how good I feel, power ranking right now in terms of how good I feel about starting them. I would go Kupp, Thielen, Godwin, T. Higgins, Claypool, Hollywood. Would I start Higgins over?
Have you been watching Claypool lately?
Claypool's good. Claypool's good.
So Ben Roethlisberger is expected to start on Saturday.
Plug him.
The question is, do you go? So he asked, would we start Higgins over Thielen?
Yes.
But what about? But you would go Claypool over Higgins?
I would go Claypool over Higgins, but I would go Higgins over Thielen.
Would you go
with the matchup this week?
Would you go? So you'd go Claypool over Thielen then?
I would go Claypool over Thielen all day. Thielen has not had a good week. The last 3 weeks, Thielen has been shit.
Against Dallas, Claypool only had 11.
Yeah.
He only had 10 against Baltimore. Against Tennessee, he only had 0.3.
Now look, Thielen.
Yeah, look for Thielen because have they played Chicago yet?
And this is half point PPR. We don't play full PPR in our league. So you got to keep that into account.
Oh, he plays full PPR.
We don't know that. I'm just letting him know that we play half PPR.
We play half. Do you play full? Because that could be a difference maker. Mm-hmm. I played full PPR once, and
it's different.
It did like 5 years ago. Julian Edelman was a stud because he'd catch like 10 balls a game.
It's different,
and he'd rank ahead of your big names.
Thielen stats
half point. He plays half point.
Okay, perfect.
So Thielen, this season, 28 week 1.
Okay.
4,
no, I want to know
10, 22, 24, 12, 4-4.
I go Higgins. Well, yeah, I go Higgins this week.
What's Higgins look like? Well, hold on. What's Thielen again? Have they played Chicago yet?
No.
Ooh.
And Thielen tore up Green Bay in the first matchup.
Yeah, because they have a shit defense.
The second matchup, he only scored 4.
Exactly. You're going to tear up a bad defense. It's going to happen every time.
T. Higgins is 0 against the Chargers first week.
Did he play?
I don't know.
He hardly played.
And then he goes 5, 18, 11, 8, 15, 16, 11.
I still think you go Higgins because I don't think Thielen's going to get much.
Against Pitt?
Yeah.
Higgins?
Yes.
No. As much as I like T. Higgins, I don't. I feel like Burrow's gonna have a big game. Go with your names. I say go with your names. Godwin, Thielen, and Kupp. Of the 3 that you're benching, the guy that is most likely to have the big game, it's going to come down to Higgins or Claypool. Somebody, you got a lot of great receivers here. Somebody's going to put up points on your bench, but I feel like when in doubt, go with your names. Yeah.
Other than Claypool's my biggest problem.
You have to start Claypool.
Cincy.
You have to start Claypool.
If I had Claypool right now, I'd plug him in instead of DJ
I've got him
Moore.
going right now in Mike's league. He's going this week.
If I had the choice between DJ Moore and Claypool, I'm starting Claypool every time.
Yep. Claypool against Cincy's defense? That's a no-brainer in my opinion. The Higgins and Thielen, it could go either way.
The only one I'm unsure about is, honestly, I'm not even unsure about Thielen. I'm unsure about Godwin.
I think Godwin has a good game. So last week was a total fluke game, right? He came on top with Antonio Brown entering the game. He beat Antonio Brown by like 10 yards. Because I think Antonio Brown, he's going to start drawing coverage, and that's what's going to happen with him. Godwin, just wait.
He hasn't had
wait.
the scores.
He hasn't. Just wait.
He's been hurt quite a bit.
He's finally off the injuries. Okay? He's going to have a breakout game here really quick. Tom Brady loves him. I'm telling you, Godwin is a good plug there.
Personally, I feel the safest would be Claypool, Thielen, and Kupp. I have a hard time with Godwin, but he's not a guy that you can just go bench. So, yeah.
So we got split decisions here.
I would.
I want to let you know I'm number 1 in the fantasy league right now. So I mean, take it as you want.
Either way,
You are number 1 by 2 points.
In our league,
Okay.
I am number 1 in fantasy.
Either way,
right now.
bench Hollywood. I feel like you can't go wrong any way else.
Do not play him.
We hope that helps, because that's a tough choice. You're stacked with receivers. Just don't play Hollywood Brown. I think you'll be happy. Okay, let's see. So we've got we picked the over on the Buffalo game.
No, we didn't.
No, we didn't.
Yeah, we absolutely we take the over. Come on, don't be jokers. Over under for Buffalo and Arizona is 56 and a half.
Yeah, it's definitely over.
Take the over. Slam the over, please. New Orleans 9.5 point favorites over San Francisco. Did anybody pick San Fran in our pick 'em? No, they didn't, and as well they shouldn't, because the Saints are looking with Michael Thomas back. I mean, they're looking like the Saints of before the season.
Shit, Michael Thomas was back last week. They didn't even use him.
Hey,
they didn't need to, though.
Anytime, Blue Crew. I hope it works. I hope it helps you out, and check back with us every Friday. We record around 1 p.m. Pacific time, 4 Eastern, and we'll be happy to answer any fantasy questions you would like some help with.
Yeah, man. Anytime.
Yeah, thanks for the input. I mean,
I love fielding questions like this. This is wonderful. This is what I've wanted since we started doing the show. So this is awesome. Thank you for tuning in, man.
Yep. Tell your friends.
Okay, and so we've all got the Saints here. Michael Thomas was back. I don't know that he caught a touchdown, but man, Drew Brees was throwing to anybody.
Caught a touchdown. He didn't even.
No, I thought he had.
Manny Sanders had more points.
Yeah, Michael Thomas did not catch a touchdown. He didn't even. I don't even think he went over 50 yards, man.
You sure about that?
Yeah.
No, I thought he caught some balls.
Maybe 2.
51 yards.
Yeah.
Oh, by the way, you remember last week I said do the Saints and the Bucks combine for 150 yards?
Yeah.
I was correct. They didn't. No. Both teams combined for 147 yards.
Okay. I was gonna say, well, it had to have been really close.
I did the math on the Monday show.
How about running back Taysom Hill?
Yeah.
Leading the team in rush yards.
Wait, did you count Taysom Hill in there?
I counted all of them.
Okay.
In fact, on the
Because
show
I think
right
that's
now.
what we were talking about that night. I go, well, you got to think about this. Taysom Hill, he fucking runs the ball a lot if he's in there.
83 plus 50. So that's 137 right there. Hey, we got another one. Do I trade Jared Cook for Zach Ertz and Carson Wentz?
Ooh, okay.
I have Jared Cook in my league. Zach.
What do you? Okay, so first of all, what do you have at quarterback right now?
I dumped Jared Cook early in the season.
I have him because I need him because I don't have anybody.
Here's my question: what do you have at quarterback, and what do you have at tight end? Is Jared Cook your only tight end?
He has Waller as a starter. Oh, you don't need Zach Ertz then?
Waller, you plug him in every week. You do not bench him.
Blue Crew says, just to add, I'm a 9-point favorite, and my opponent already played Corey Davis last night. Does that change anything? Is Godwin Thielen Cup more conservative than Godwin Cup?
He's got Watson as a quarterback.
Okay.
Are you in a league that lets you alligator feed 11? Are you in a league that allows you to super flex a quarterback? We're in a league that lets us play quarterback in a flex. If you're not, I like that you have Watson. Watson's had a bye already. Waller's an infinitely better tight end than Ertz this season. I don't know that I would. I mean, you got Jared Cook. It's really for nothing.
No super
for either of you. I don't know that I mean, do you need Ertz and Wentz? It's an enticing stack, but as players, I think that Watson and Waller are bound to give you better. They're bound to pay off more.
Okay, you already have Waller.
I mean,
you already have Waller. Do not take Zach Ertz. He's a bum this year.
I think
Carson Wentz, also another bum.
You take this trade is Jared Cook hadn't been very good this year.
It's almost just kind of like a
Jared Cook's very boomer bust,
very pedestrian trade.
Listen, Ertz and Wentz are names for a possible trade down the road. Or before the deadline, if you need something, those names could get you a little bit return.
I mean, I would say Ertz is an upgrade to a backup tight end, maybe in a pinch with a bad matchup for Waller. But I just am in a state where once my tight end's bye week is over, I just roll them out every week.
Okay, and to answer your question,
especially if they're as dependable as Waller is.
Blue Crew, so you're 9-point favorite, and your opponent already played Corey Davis last night. So Godwin, Thielen, Cup. Or Godwin, Cup, Higgins. I get Corey Davis obviously didn't have a good night. Nobody on the Titans really did.
He did catch a touchdown, I thought.
No, he didn't.
No, he didn't?
No. So I think you should go with Godwin for sure. Cup for sure. Now, the toss-up is Thielen and Higgins, and that's kind of what we all got into just now.
Okay, 6.7, yeah.
So you got to think, Higgins against that Steelers defense, which, like we have said, the Steelers play down to their opponents. They do.
They do.
And that's going to come up when we get to them.
So I feel like you should plug Higgins because Thielen is going up against a tough Chicago defense. It's really going to be up to you, but if you're talking to me, I'm saying go Higgins. I don't think Thielen's going to go way over. And I don't think Higgins is gonna go. I think they'll be. I don't think you have anything to worry about if you plug Higgins in there. So I would say Godwin, Cup, Higgins, man.
You would say Godwin, Cup, Higgins. I would say Thielen, Cup, Higgins. Personally, it just depends on how you feel about the matchup or Godwin on the depth chart.
Just gotta think about this. Steelers are gonna take an L.
Trade Hopkins
at some point.
Trade Hopkins for Diggs, PPR.
See. I think you do. And the only reason I think you do is because I see Kyler Murray favoring right now Christian Kirk. And Kyler at the same time is a very mobile quarterback.
Here's the thing.
They're
kind of doing almost
they're gonna get Drake back. They got Chase Edmonds, and also Stephon Diggs is the most consistent wide receiver in the league right now. Look at his stats.
Diggs is playing very good.
Him and Josh Allen have a special connection. I think you win that trade.
Diggs,
I think you can get more for it. Though.
I take consistency over a big game every now and again.
I think you could trade Hopkins and you can get Diggs and you can get somebody else too if you want.
What I'm seeing with Hopkins, and that's the thing, this is what we talk about with name value.
Mm-hmm.
Hopkins, while he's not having as good of a fantasy season as Diggs, you could use him to get a boatload. But what I'm seeing with Hopkins and Kirk right now on the Cardinals is a lot like Cleveland of last year, where the big name OBJ is drawing all the prime coverage and Jarvis Landry's eating catches left and right.
Yep.
We're seeing that played a lot better with Kirk, like, because I mean the Cardinals are winning games doing this.
Yep.
And Kirk's eating for a lot of yardage too. Yeah, I like this idea. I on paper I would say you could trade Hopkins, but not just for Diggs.
Exactly.
See if you could levy in another pick too. Maybe if you need to upgrade your tight end. Maybe if you need to upgrade something else.
Maybe like a running back or like a wide receiver 2 or 3.
Yeah.
You can get a 2 for 1 here.
And another tidbit: if Jonnu Smith is on your waiver wire, swoop him up.
Okay, that has nothing to do with anything. But what I'm saying is, use the name value. Take the guy who is. He's had the history of maybe being second fiddle to Thielen and all that, but Diggs is having a tremendous season this year in Buffalo.
We usually see this trend, right, of a wide receiver that's pretty good going to a new team, and we don't always see it add up right away. This is a whole different story.
Right.
Diggs going to a new team has only made his value that much better.
Oh yeah, for sure.
He is literally the most consistent wide receiver right now in fantasy football. You are guaranteed. In half PPR, at least 12 points a game. But it's usually his ceiling is high and his floor is high. Like it's a win-win, man.
It's like Julio with Calvin Ridley being there.
Yes,
it's boom or bust.
Yeah. Well, Diggs, it's always it's.
Oh no! I'm sorry. I'm talking about Hopkins.
I was gonna say Diggs. You're never gonna bust there. You're never gonna bust there.
Sorry. I thought you were talking about Hopkins. I zoned out for a second.
Yeah.
The Jonnu Smith thing was more for Alligator. If you don't want to take that trade and Jonnu Smith's there and you need a better backup tight end.
Odds are, depending on how many people are in his league, I doubt Jonnu Smith's going to be around because people kind of discovered him pretty early.
Because I dropped Jared Cook for Jonnu Smith.
Yeah, and I picked up Jared Cook because I accidentally traded Darren Waller because I'm an idiot. This season, I don't.
That devastated your season.
Because I was going to flip him for Chris Carson or something, and it probably would have sucked anyway.
Yes, we are taking questions, Miles.
Yes, sir, Miles. I think
away.
You're the second Miles to ask to hop into our chat, but absolutely, man. Yeah. So while you drum up your question, let's get on to our next matchup, and that's Cincy and Pittsburgh. And ladies and germs, this is my upset of the week.
Okay.
And it's I got to tell you, this is what we brought up with the Steelers and the Bengals. And the Steelers are 7-point favorites. They're playing in Heinz Field. But they played down to their competition.
Exactly.
They almost let Garrett Gilbert's Cowboys get a win on them. I feel like they will. This is going to be a classic trap game for Pittsburgh. I got Joe Burrow slinging the rock. Now the question, and this is why we were kind of unsure about the T. Higgins thing for Blue Crew's dilemma. It's a question of who gets it.
That's where it could be a good play.
You've got Tyler Boyd, you've got T. Higgins, you've got AJ Green. Oh, he says.
But who's been getting the most targets? Who's been getting the most receptions? Higgins.
It's been pretty split.
Higgins, though, has been coming up more.
So he says, I just traded Christian McCaffrey and Slayton for AK-41 and A-Rob. Uh-oh, is that my keyboard?
And Justin Jefferson. I need to sell CMC, but who won? Okay, so you traded CMC and Slayton. AK-41.
Alvin Kamara.
A-Rob. Is that Robbie Anderson? Is that what you're trying to say?
Yeah. Hold on.
You won big, my man. Especially depending on
Kamara alone. Was the
Kamara
win.
alone. Okay, you could trade CMC and Kamara straight up, and you could say that was a fair trade. But okay, Allen Robinson. Okay, so I think you won even with Allen Robinson. Yeah. Justin Jefferson, he has been the breakout receiver there in Minnesota, and you won that trade straight up.
For sure.
Chris, how many games has CMC played this year? He had the beginning of the season. He had that one game. he missed several weeks, came back.
You
just
definitely
recently,
won. You
and now he's
definitely
hurt
won.
again.
I mean,
right?
Alvin Kamara is the one player that on my team that I will not
Dude, I mean,
come off of.
This dude that you traded with, is this his first year
So,
playing fantasy? Or?
I will say Allen Robinson, he's the prime number one pass catcher, always going to get you points with Chicago. Justin Jefferson's had an incredible rookie season. I've got him in my other league, especially that week where he picked up 37 points.
Right.
He can have that anytime Kirk Cousins wants to turn it on, especially when you've already got teams having to game plan around Dalvin Cook. That means that Thielen and Jefferson are both pretty dangerous. He wanted a big playoff player. That could be a big playoff player
Big
for
playoff
sure.
player, but you're dumping Alvin Kamara. What are you?
Yeah, that's. I mean, that could totally
Christian
ruin
McCaffrey
his
can't stay
record
healthy.
If McCaffrey keeps getting banged up, this could be incredible. Even better for you because this could take him out of
Yeah,
big matchups.
this could definitely put him on a
I got
downward
offered-
spiral, and it could be lifting you up at the same time.
John in our league offered me Jacobs and Kelsey for Kamara,
Nope.
and there's no way I would come
'Cause you-
off. It would have to be the most amazing trade to come off Kamara because he does get so many points catching out of the bag.
Because who's your other running back? Cook.
Dalvin Cook, and then I've got James Conner sitting on the bench.
Nope. I mean, you could maybe, but your receivers aren't that well either, though.
No, Ridley. Ridley's been plagued. DJ Moore stepped right in and done
and
well.
you always got to think about the competition, just like you have been, Miles. It looks like he's 8-1, but he's given up Kamara, Robinson, and Jefferson. He's gonna start racking up those losses
It wasn't
really
a very
quick.
smart trade at all for him.
You won
For
that
you,
by
that
a
was-
mile.
I mean, come on.
So congrats, man.
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing. It can be risky to take the big name and go. It's tough to. Oh,
It's that bait.
it says he got offered A-Rod for Jefferson and Marquise.
Should I take that? I currently have Big
Rodgers
Ben.
for Jefferson and Marquise.
So A-Rod as in Aaron Rodgers.
I don't
Aaron
think
Rodgers for
I wouldn't do it.
Jefferson and Marquise.
that would be Hollywood, right?
Yeah. So
Uh,
he got offered. Somebody's trading him, Aaron Rodgers, for Jefferson and Hollywood.
boy, Aaron Rodgers is a points machine.
Ooh.
Holy shit!
Ooh.
What are people doing in this league?
It depends on who your other receivers
Wait,
are.
who's your quarterback?
He's got Big
Big
Ben.
Ben.
Okay, he got Big Ben.
So if he's offering A-Rod for Jefferson and Hollywood,
Are you in a super flex or no?
I doubt he's in. Superflex is very rare.
I love it.
It is rare.
It is fun.
So,
I mean,
so if you don't know what a super flex is, which you probably do, can you start 2 quarterbacks in your league?
real quick, well, he has Herbert, so he doesn't need him.
Yep, that's
Yeah,
true.
because Herbert's great, isn't he?
Yeah.
But I don't know about
no
I don't,
super flex.
I don't know
Okay.
about benching Ben and throwing Aaron
Okay.
Rodgers in.
No, I do. Rodgers is an upgrade. Okay, no Superflex. Rodgers is an upgrade over Ben at quarterback for sure.
Do not take that
especially
trade.
as long as Devontae Adams is on the field. But I need to know who your other receivers are.
Well, he just said it right here.
Well-
He got Jefferson, and
He's got Jefferson and Allen Robinson, but who are the other receivers he's got on his
okay.
team? Because he could be giving up Hollywood. Hollywood, I don't mind shipping out. I don't think he's very good
I don't think
this
you got to
year.
worry about this dude. Yeah.
But it depends on who else you got. He's got
Boyd,
Tyler Boyd,
Allen.
Allen Robinson, DJ Chark.
Yeah. Don't give up Jefferson.
I don't know that I would give up just. I mean, because how much of an upgrade is Rodgers to Roethlisberger in terms of points? If one of you guys wants to,
You want to bring up Rodgers? I'll bring up Roethlisberger.
You guys bring it up.
I'll bring up Rodgers because I'm right there already.
Okay.
No, I think Ben is just he's right in there, and I don't think because he's got Boyd, Allen Robertson, and Chark. I don't think you give Jefferson up either.
Roethlisberger's numbers are pretty pedestrian. I mean, 25 last week against Dallas, but 15, 15, 10, 21 the weeks before that.
Who on our league has Rodgers? Oh,
Adam.
Adam.
Yeah, Adam. Yeah, because he's stacking him with Devontae Adams. That's why he's winning games.
Yeah. No, I
Let's
What-
see, Rodgers.
okay,
Okay,
first-
here you go. Rodgers, 30, 18, 24, 29, 5 against Tampa.
That was the worst game that will never
27,
happen.
22, 28.
I mean,
They're
on a hot streak right now. What's their playoff schedule look like though?
for Rodgers.
Their
for
last
Green-
3
for Green
weeks.
Bay.
Their last 3 weeks is Detroit, Carolina, and Tennessee.
That's a very fucking great playoff schedule.
What about Roethlisberger?
Well, let's pull him up real quick. Roethlisberger's last 3 games: Buffalo, Cincy, and then Indy to cap it.
Indy's a tough one.
The
That's
Indy,
one
well, look what I mean.
But here's the thing, man. So you got to think about your receivers here. Ben Roethlisberger, he's been playing more or less as like that game manager, but not like, I mean, he's making plays, but like you got to think that you need some receivers to put points on too, because you could get Aaron Rodgers, right? But it looks like you're trading away your best receiver with Justin Jefferson.
Robinson would be the best receiver. Jefferson would be his number 2.
Okay, yeah. Okay, your second best. Your second best.
Yeah. He says he has Stafford, but I'm scared to start him. I'd be scared too, man. I would be scared too.
Yeah, I picked him up in another league too, and I played him one game and I didn't really like it, and I haven't liked anything else I've seen from him this year. But I don't think you can go wrong with Big Ben. I mean,
Has Ben been at least? Has he been consistent, Mike?
he's been consistent, but he just hasn't had a high ceiling yet.
His last 4 games, 25, and then it was like 15, 15, 10. I mean,
And
but-
Rodgers is a consistent 20 every week, except that one bad game against
it's
Tampa.
Tampa.
But you're giving up Jefferson. Look at Jefferson. What has he been doing every week, right?
Jefferson does have a pretty bad matchup.
And I know Minnesota, they're strictly on the run most of the time, unless they're behind. But when they're behind, Jefferson will eat.
Jefferson's had a few bad games the last couple of weeks. Detroit, he had 7. Green Bay, he had 4. He had the big 35-pointer against Atlanta in Week 6. 3 against Seattle, then 12 and 27 against Houston and Tennessee, respectively. So when he plays bad matchups, he doesn't really score big.
And what's the rest of the season look like?
Chicago, which is 30th to receivers. Then Dallas, he'll get probably a big game. And then
Good game.
Carolina, Jacksonville. And then playoffs, you're looking at Tampa Bay, Chicago, New Orleans. I would take the trade.
I would take the trade, man, all day.
Yeah. Knowing that you've got
So think about
Shark,
this.
Robinson, and Boyd, I would take it.
But Marquise, don't even think about it, right? That's
Yeah.
just a guy you got on your bench. You could pick up somebody better
I
right
think
now off the wire.
He's been traded twice in our league, hasn't he?
You could
Yeah.
pick up somebody better than Marquise Brown right now off the wire, probably. That's
I
going to
moved
score you
him.
more points.
I moved him for
And
Robert Woods.
Justin Jefferson, it sounds like he's hit or miss, really. It just depends on the game script and how the game is going in that favor. So Aaron Rodgers, dude's balling out.
Yeah.
He's in the race there right now with,
So,
with the MVP.
real
So,
quick, guys. I've got the Bengals upsetting the Steelers. You guys both have the Steelers?
Yeah,
right?
Steelers.
Okay.
This is your upset of the week, buddy.
This is my upset of the week. That's correct. I just feel like they played down to the competition. Joe Burrow's going to have some late game heroics and get the biggest win of his career thus far and knock off the undefeated division rival. Kind of fire the first shot in his war. Thank you for subbing, X Miles. And yeah, every Friday, 1 p.m. Pacific, 4 p.m. Eastern, we'll be right here. And then Mondays, whenever I get around to it, if you hit the bell, you'll get a notification that I'll come in and do the reaction show to the week. But yeah, thank you so much. And anytime you have questions, just let us know. We're happy to field them for you.
Yeah, we'll
thank you,
interrupt.
buddy.
Right now, we'll interrupt whatever we're doing to answer your questions.
Yeah, it ain't no skin to us, man. We're it's tons of fun.
We live it.
Let's see here. Moving on, we did Bengals and Steelers. Oh, over under for this game. Yes.
Okay, let's see.
Over under. Sorry, I had to look up the odds for this because it wasn't on Yahoo. We're looking at 45.5.
Over.
I narrowly will take the over for
Yeah,
sure.
Just hardly.
But I think Joey B gets his first big win here. Moving on. We've got we said did we say Rams at Seattle already?
No, we have
No,
not.
you skipped over that
Rams are 1.5 point favorites against Seattle right now.
In Seattle?
Yeah.
one. Give us that.
What?
Is it in Seattle?
Yes.
You know why they are? Because we lost to Arizona by a nail biter and we fucking lost.
No.
to the Bills.
It's at SoFi.
Oh,
it's
it
at
is.
SoFi.
Oh, okay. I was gonna
Yeah,
say.
no.
There's no way.
We've all got Seattle, I think. The over/under is 54.5.
Over.
Give me the under in this game only because it's the Rams and Seahawks.
Tyler Lockett's going to go off. He's going to catch 4 touchdowns.
I'll
Hey.
take the over.
This sounds weird.
Narrowly.
This sounds weird, but it's going to be a defensive game. Sounds weird.
God, I hope not.
I don't think so.
It sounds weird, but that's what it's going
Yeah,
to be.
their defense against your offense, because it's not ain't gonna be your defense.
Our big key is we've got to shut down Aaron Donald.
Okay,
If we don't shut down Aaron Donald, we're fucked.
two games left, boys.
or do we game plan around that?
Baltimore, New England.
I got the Ravens.
Who doesn't? Yeah, the Ravens are. Come on, for sure. Ravens over under on this one 43.5.
Under.
Over.
I'll take the under.
Take the under.
Okay. Good deal. That was quick. And then Monday, we've got the Minnesota Vikings. They are 3-point favorites over the Chicago Bears, and I think we all went Vikings on
Yeah,
this.
I went
Wow.
Vikings.
Except Biff.
Except Biff. That's right. Yeah, except this could be a week where he wins.
Better not be.
He wins it all, guys.
Then I better be coming in second.
Yeah, I mean, the Vikings, that dominant rushing attack is going to be interesting, but I think that they'll knowing that Dalvin Cook is going to get the ball quite a bit, Bears could scheme against that. This is where we could see maybe a prime game for Thielen or Jefferson, depending on the matchup. So this could go either way. But yeah, I like the Vikings here. They're going to try to turn it on late. Yeah, we'll see what happens.
Dalvin's going to tear it up.
Dalvin's playing the best football of his career, so we'll see that.
And he's gonna play the best defense he's seen all year too. So.
All right, boys.
Hold
To
on.
close out the show, we've got the
Yeah,
fantasy football Smackdown. Brady Rucola versus Skyler Lovingfoss.
I'll take a piss real quick.
Oh, this guy's scared.
We've got
I
a
ain't scared. I'm just gonna take my time with this guy.
we've got a promo battle coming for you guys real soon, and then when Brady gets back, I will explain the terms, the rules, and we'll get right into it, and then that'll be a show. It's been a good one. This has been a chunky little supersized show today.
Yeah, it is. Again,
has been
thank you.
good.
Thank you guys for commenting. And
Yeah, this is so cool.
It's amazing.
We've had a ton of.
I'm completely ecstatic with this.
We've been at this now since the very start of COVID when the NBA got shut down.
We
and,
ground through no sports.
Yeah, and we're here. This is what we've been waiting for. So, thanks you guys for watching and asking questions and subbing. It's really cool. My coffee's cold now. Not good. Got me that peppermint kicker. 'Tis the season.
I tell you, we have more shows like this. We're gonna have to get some merch going.
One thing at a time. Let's just
as long as we gave them good advice.
as long as we're right. I mean, I worry that my 1 week where I had all that stuff correct, I worry that I hit the apex too early. But we're gonna find out. Yeah, I hit the apex of getting everything right when nobody was watching. Okay, gentlemen, I don't want to have to clean up any blood. So here's the rules. You're gonna get 30 seconds to deliver a promo against your opponent. I'd guarantee you I've got no audio on my stream. I can almost guarantee you. Somebody's going to say that we don't have audio. You're going to have to watch. Okay, we're good.
Say, what do you mean?
It's not like, well, because that one time that you You fucked it up, Brady.
Oh, I mean, the wires were all under the chair.
Look, he's shaking in his boots. He can't even handle it. Can't handle the pressure.
I'm shaking, or you guys are worried?
I don't
I'm
know.
not
You're the
worried.
one knocking shit out of the wall.
And I wasn't worried one fucking bit. Just like I'm not worried about my matchup with you this week.
Save it for the promo. Okay, you guys each have 30 seconds.
Okay.
To drum up promo magic. I sent you guys some inspiration a couple days ago. And
Inspiration. Inspiration?
That's right.
We're talking about inspiration, right? That's what this guy could use. You know why?
Is this your promo?
How many playoffs have you been into? What were you doing last year? Guess where I was at? I was hanging in the championship round. Where were you? Didn't even make it. Huh? What'd you finish in? Well, it was like third to last.
Yeah.
I might be being generous here. Okay.
Oh, hey, hold on.
Old man.
Before we get into this, rules are when the person's delivering their promo, the other guy's quiet.
Quiet. He ain't got a goddamn thing to say.
Okay, your 30 seconds starts now, though you kind of got a head start.
Starts now. I got a head start. I don't need no head start, okay? You already know what's going down right now, okay? This guy thinks he's going to take the spot. I already beat you once this week. This year. Week 1. Came back on a Monday night. Totally obliterated you. What are you going to do? Week 10. 3 games to go to the playoffs. 6-3. More points. Going to get more points this week. Talking shit on a Thursday night because you think your tight end's going to save your fucking week. Not going to happen. Talking shit, Derrick Henry only got 11 points. Well, guess what? Kyler Murray, he's going off for 35. DK Metcalf, your bust, he's going off for 25. I don't want to fucking hear your ass again telling me that you're going to wipe the floor. Guess what, motherfucker? Don't show your face around right line on Monday because you are done.
Okay, time. You went way over time. Motherfucker. What the fuck was that? There wasn't a line in there about hard times or alligator shoes. Oh, boy. Skyler, recover yourself. And for our audio listeners who aren't watching on YouTube, if there was a break in the audio, it's because Brady ran over the cord with his chair. So, sorry you didn't get the full magic. Just go to YouTube and watch whatever the fuck that was.
You ain't like that?
Oh,
No, it was good, man.
it was good.
I have to shit on it because I'm the host. Deep breath.
Yeah, let me compose myself here.
I'm gonna give you 45 seconds because Brady got 45 seconds.
Oh, I don't know if I can go 45 seconds.
Well, you're gonna have to try.
He ain't got the juice like that.
I got a bad feeling that this part right here is that it's recording right now might not be the best. But anyway, go ahead.
Look here. You might have beat me week 1. It ain't going to happen again. I'm going to wipe the floor with you this week. And then come playoff time, I'm going to wipe the floor with you again. I might not have made it last year. I was injury plagued. But we did play each other in the other league. In the playoffs. Do you not remember that? Got a short memory? Huh? Huh? This week, Dalvin Cook's putting up 45.
45.
I'm going to wipe the floor with you. You're done. It's over. The Brady Bunch killers
Time.
are taking you down.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, boys. All that said and then some. That was a thing. Thank you all for tuning in. We'll be back at it. I'll try to be back at it Monday or Tuesday to recap the games for the week.
And say Brady kicked his ass.
And I will recap this matchup for sure as well. So we'll see what happened. Until then, ladies and germs, I'm Mike Holm with Skyler Lovingfuss and Brady Rucola. And thank you all so much for watching.
Thank you.
Yeah,
We'll be back next week. with some more fantasy tips, recaps, you name it. Should be a good time. Till then,